Hey everyone, I'm Hybrid Toy Reviews, and welcome back to episode 2 of Talking Toys with the Boys. I'm here with 212 Hunter.
Hello.
Wilbon.
What's up, guys?
And of course, SkywalkerHendrix.
Hey.
Hey.
How's everyone doing this week? We having a good week?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just came off doing a massive show Monday night, and I'm turning around 2 days later doing another show. So what else is new, right?
Right.
Yeah, the work week's over for me, and I'm ready for a 4-day weekend. So it'll be nice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm having a weird interrupted weekend. So I get the 4th off, but then I got to go back on Friday, but then I get the weekend off. So I'm hoping they're not anticipating much from me. I mean, it's nice to have the day off. I appreciate it.
Right.
But I'll try and get my day of bed rot out of the way tomorrow so I can have a productive weekend.
There you go.
But we got a Zoo Boy yapping up my comments right off rip.
The resident yapper of Figure Ball.
Yep, it takes a yapper to know a yapper.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but how you doing, Zoo Boy? So I see we got a couple people starting to watch, which is cool. I expect that'll probably jump a little bit when 1313's done stealing my audience. But these are the perks. These are the perks of having a community. But so, guys, we've had a lot of announcements the last week or so, and I figured those will be some fun topics. Vale's Toys has been cooking this month.
Absolutely, they have.
And there's I
Spoilers
got mine.
For pickups. Yeah,
Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
I write off rip because they're airbornes. I don't typically do this when I get a brand new figure. I couldn't resist. I had to give it just a very light weathering.
I'm gonna do the same.
They were too clean, and I never say that about clones, but they were.
It needs it, especially for that Revenge of the Sith look. I mean, it's essential. Those black score marks are just yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I might do the same after seeing that one. That looked great. So a little wash goes a long way with these figures.
We got my my cat's fan account here going off. I still haven't figured out who this is. I mean,
What's going on, phase 2?
Yeah, it's honestly, phase 2 is my top 3 of who I'm thinking about, but still, it's been funny and I've been enjoying it. So, but no, I always like talking to my cat. It's nice that he can talk back to me finally. So, Zooboy has Barlex and Neo coming in the mail. Yeah, that'll be one we talk about. I mean, today they knew I was going live and talking toys, so they were like, "Hey, here you go." But
mad respect going out to Zooboy for calling him Barlex.
Yeah.
The hybrid exclusive, the Vale's hybrid exclusive.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Coffee.
Oh,
how you doing?
All the hosts of Figure Ball, all in the show. Look at that.
So y'all pay attention. This is how a good show's ran.
Oh wow! Okay,
you already know.
I guess all that means is you know how to wrap it up. Is all that means.
Right.
We're the Energizer Bunny of this format of show. We just keep going and going.
No, honestly, no. Y'all do a good show. I have been enjoying my Monday nights. I get home from work and I'm just like, there is a place to troll and harass.
It's like the Joe Rogan experience of figure podcasts.
That's a good analogy. I like that.
Honestly,
just long and just full of information.
We just let it breathe and have we get into these long, in-depth conversations about things that are totally unrelated, and we'll just keep the conversation flowing. So it's fun. It's fun.
All right.
Yeah, I like to lurk on Monday nights.
All right, we got something here. Fresh off the presses, posted a minute ago.
Ooh.
From 1313, because they are on right now with Michael from ICCC doing a guest reveal.
Oh, nice.
They got Timothy Zahn for ICCC.
That's pretty hype.
That's a good one.
I'd get a book signed.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to read, but I'd do it.
Average Star Wars fan. I love the books, but I don't read them.
Right. So, No, but I mean, honestly, last year, I think it was the original Thrawn trilogy where when we were going to ICCC, this is just me, Jackson, Jacob, and Obi-Shan. When we were in the truck the whole way there, we were listening to, I think it was the first one, just audiobook the whole way. And like,
Nice.
it was actually pretty chill. So yeah, for anyone going to ICCC, you're going to have the chance to meet Timothy Zahn. And this is where I'm going to make my official announcement too. And I'll bring it up again at the end. But the next episode of Talking Toys with the Boys, which I'm doing these the first Wednesday of every month. So the next one will be August 7th. I will have Michael on as well to do an ICCC guest announcement. So I'm really amped about that.
Heck yeah. That's awesome, man.
That'll be sick.
He's been looking for places to make his guest announcements. It's kind of boring just posting them on Instagram. I agree with him there. So he's happy to just hop on and talk to people. And,
and it just, I mean, it's a genius marketing. It brings other eyes from all over the place to what you're doing. So
right,
100%. Yeah, and
what's up,
for a group like us? We're all planning on going anyway, so it's like even more enticing for our audience to want to make that trip to ICC Con and actually go to like interact with us and be involved. So
13, I was watching their stream a little bit ago, and they were telling him some stories, but just to take this off the wall over my desk. But I am excited to talk to him just about some of our shared experiences. I got the group photo.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so good.
Yeah, ICCC last year was just an amazing time. And it's actually where we met Wilbon. It was my first Wilboner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got your first Wilboner at ICCC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And but no, I mean, ICCC is a great con. I love that Michael has been doing this multi-platform, advertising, collaborating with everyone. It's a great way for us to show our audiences that might not know of the con that it exists. Is a great way for him to show his audience that we exist. I mean, it is a collaborative, wonderful thing he's doing. So I'm incredibly excited to have him on.
He also just seems like a really cool dude who just wants to like chat with the people that are coming to the event. You know what I mean? So like, he just seems like somebody who just genuinely wants to talk to people about everything, Star Wars, and is just happy to share, his story of the convention and everything, which I think is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also good to know that like he really feels accessible in the community as well. Like, unlike the bigger cons and unlike, our experience at Awesome Con, where it felt like a very kind of sterile situation with corporate ran, not really focused on the fans as much as it is like churning out as much profit as possible, where it's like, no, Michael seems like he genuinely cares about the fans and like giving us an experience that is, enjoyable. Like if passes sell out, they're going to sell out. It's like, they're not going to oversell for these photo ops and, and autographs like crazy, like, we experienced in DC.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point, because like it almost does feel like he doesn't even care about like turning a profit. Obviously he has to keep it going, but it feels like his main objective is a great experience and then just worrying about the rest later. And I mean, it was perfect. And as someone who doesn't go to a lot of cons, it was one of my first like big cons, and it spoiled me a bit. So just seems like a cool dude at the end of the day.
Did you catch any of 1313's stream? I think it's probably ending about now, but
I did not.
So it's worth a rewatch, because everything you just said is straight up who he is. He is a guy that liked going to conventions, and it started as a thing from his Facebook group, where it was just people in his Facebook group getting together, and then he was like, let's get a guest, and then that triggered people that weren't in the group to join because they wanted to go. So he said it accidentally became a Comic-Con, and he was like, and he was listing off these things where he's just like, hey, we don't do that because it's not fun for the guests. I could make money if I did it this way, but it's more fun for the guests if I don't. And it's about the guests having a good time.
And that makes you more money at the end of the day. Just,
right.
I mean, really.
Right. And the thing is, like, is it really worth that extra money that he could make if he turns people off from wanting to come back? Or would he rather have a dedicated group of fans that really want to support the con and keep coming back? Because I don't know if I want to go back to Awesome Con or even Galaxy Con Richmond anymore because of the way it was handled. It just seemed very impersonal, like, and even security was bad at Richmond Galaxy Con. And that's more on Richmond PD than GalaxyCon itself, because they're actually, overseeing that. But there was 0 weapons checks. There was 0 like metal detection of any kind. Anybody could have brought a gun in there and done something horrible, and it could have happened. But thankfully, it didn't. So either way.
that was the experience Hybrid and I had at Motor City Con in Detroit. We got let in, and they changed their direction as far as like letting people in. Instead of like a big line outside, they let us all into one room with 0 security checks and 0 bag checks, no metal detectors, and we're all just sitting in one of the panel rooms, and it's just full of people, like thousands of people sitting in this room, and like there were 0 security checks. I'm sitting here thinking something bad could happen, and there were no preventative measures to, stop anything.
Don't worry, Pookie Bear. I got you. I'm not trying to see tomorrow. But
no, I always tell people
Hybrid's the hero we need. He's going to save us, right?
Right.
I always tell people when I do sketchy stuff at work, because I work in the trades, I always say I can't die yet. I have figgies on the way. So
pre-orders yet to be fulfilled.
Right. So I can't die yet. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. A big one for me has been, because now we're in this Disney Plus era of Star Wars where there's 6 shows that are coming in the next 2 years. I'm always like, man, I ain't seen the next episode of my show yet. I can't go yet. I got to know how it concludes.
Yeah. So back when I was on drugs and doing all that crazy stuff, that was always like my, okay, I need to stick around because the next Star Wars movie might come out and I can't miss it. Like,
hey, you know what? If you need a motivator, that's certainly one, right?
Hey, it works.
Yeah.
But all right, we've yapped about 1313 enough.
Conveniently, we're about 13 minutes into this stream, so
that's how it goes sometimes. I think we're going to do most of this off of Instagram, but I just wanted to talk a little bit. We're talking toys with the boys, so
let's go.
Is everyone relatively up to date with what's been revealed this week? I think no, that might be too far down.
Yeah.
The Stranger helmet, right?
There's that, and then the Maul were like on the same day. So we got shown our San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for this year. Now, there could be more. Sometimes there's 2. But we know this one so far. It is Darth Maul with the Sith Speeder, $59.99, available for purchase at SDCC, and then later on Hasbro Pulse. It is Maul and the speeder bike and a probe droid. What are our initial thoughts?
I'm excited.
Initially,
go ahead.
Initially I was like, okay, the color looks weird, like something seems off about it, but then they showed the in-package shots, and I think it looks a lot better. I think it's great for Black Series collectors to get, more vehicles. It looks like they're dipping their toes in, so I think that's a win.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I think the packaging's great. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a shill for SDCC releases. Like I have most of them. So
Definitely.
I'll probably end up picking this up even though I don't have like a Maul in my collection. I'll still probably pick this up because I think it's pretty cool, and maybe I'll have Ray Park sign it one day,
There you go.
Heck yeah.
There you go, yeah. And I was like initially like, oh, this is pretty sick. Vehicles are coming back to the line, and like you had mentioned, like the color being off, and I was like, but if it's in that nostalgic packaging, it'll work, and it is. It's in that 99 episode 1 packaging. I was like, well, it matches the toy that came out in 99, so
you're right.
And the color looks a lot better in the package shots. Like it's a lot less bright, I guess you would say.
It looks like it has a little more weathering than initial shots.
Those photos look like matte, like plastic with like little paint on them.
They look bad.
So
I'm gonna say whoever took these photos, they look bad. No offense to whoever took the photos, but yeah.
For the Hasbro promo photos, they are always so edited, and they've been ran through 10 filters before you even see them. Where it's like, I've seen people getting annoyed because, like, oh my god, the lightsaber blades aren't translucent. They're probably translucent. They're probably just getting hit with a beam of light. They have figured out something, and I don't know if it continued on to the Acolyte figures, but the last couple of characters we got that had green lightsabers, the Return of the Jedi Luke, Ezra, Sabine, whatever shade of green they were using was almost like fluorescent, like it was catching the light pretty good.
My Jackie review just came out, and I mentioned it in that video. I have it right here. It is like, it looks lit up. I mean, it's pretty vibrant.
I feel like they have played with the color recently on those green blades. Like, they seem more vibrant. Like it for whatever reason, the shade just pops so much better than it used to.
Well, they're using that shade of green that, like, if it got hit by a black light, would actually glow. Like,
right.
And I mean, I'd love them to find some shade of blue that does that. But I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the photos of the Darth Maul, and it's like, I wonder if they have finally found a shade of red that actually catches the light.
Right.
I'd also be okay, because the thing about all the red lightsabers is, you do like a solid red, but you make it translucent, it's usually dark. I'd be okay if it was like frosted or something to catch the light. Like I like how it's red.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's cool. And something I find interesting about, like, the way lightsabers show up on film is sometimes they look at white in the middle with the colored glow.
Yeah.
It would be interesting if you could put that into like a figure form and make that somehow look good. I understand like plastic limitations there, but like without it actually having like built-in light up effects, like it would be interesting to see them kind of play with that as an idea.
Right.
Well, yeah, what if it was that could be cool.
What if it was like a white rod, like dipped, and like
I was just about to say, or like a white blade, but then like a slightly translucent like casing around it. You'd have to go real small, and it probably wouldn't work. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I know that Hot Toys has the same issue though, and just trying to make their lightsabers look as real as possible is just hard.
Right.
I think what gets me with the Hot Toys is the blade is so thin for a 1/6 scale. Like they always make the lightsaber blades so thin, and I guess I'm just used to the proportion that you get with like a Black Series. It's like a much thicker blade for the scale of the figure, but then the Hot Toys is like the tip of a pencil. It's so thin,
Yep.
Hot Toys uses Rebels blades. It's bullshit. I don't watch it. But no, I don't know. Commander Cook says something straight up here too. It's the speeder is packaged to look like the 12-inch figure from back in the day, and that matches the coloring. And that's right on. This is how they did a 12-inch Darth Maul back in the day. This is how it was boxed. Right. So, oh man, we got Phantom Menace Dennis. Good evening, guys. Look at the goat.
Hey, what's up?
Dennis, you're the goat.
Yeah.
I hope Dennis is going to ICC, man.
Dennis, are you going to ICCC?
Better be.
I hope he's going.
Please go to ICCC.
There's going to be a massive group of people at this con. It's going to be
I can't wait.
Like, I feel like they're not prepared for the amount of people in this community that are all going to be just like one blob walking through the whole thing. Yeah. It's going to be crazy.
But no, it's going to be nuts. thinking. Oh, here's our other one. So they finally, it was out of nowhere, but they showed off the Rebel Trooper and the Stormtrooper 2-pack. So these are the repack, Army Builder line that they've been doing for a minute. But I guess, does anyone have any thoughts?
I think it's cool.
Yeah. I like this because I'm gonna mess with it and make it better than it is by default. But as the 2-pack currently is, it's less than ideal, I would say.
Yeah.
But
because of the Rebel Trooper head sculpt.
Yeah, because it's just the same. It's the same Rebel Trooper we got before, and it's great for people that didn't have the old one. But if you're army building this set, having 3 or 4 of the same guy is terrible.
Yeah.
It's not great. So
the thing is the Rebel Trooper got released before they really figured out how to do these Rebel Troopers great with the swap faces and stuff. And I think if they had never made it and they were finally making it now, we'd probably have 3 faceplates with it. I don't really do much of anything with the OT anymore. And I have 3 Rebel Troopers already. My solution when they first came out was just to pop on some spare Marvel Legends set. I got a Chris Pratt I have a Chris Pratt Rebel Trooper on the shelf.
Yeah.
Right.
And it just is what it is. I have a Star-Lord that's permanently helmeted on the Marvel Legends shelf, and that's okay.
One of mine's rocking a James McAvoy Professor X head. I got the one in the wheelchair and I had the extra head, so I was like, hey, this works. So
right.
One of mine has a pre-photoreal Jango Fett head on it, back when Jango Fett figure didn't look like Jango Fett, so it doesn't look like a clone.
Right.
I just had that head in the bin, and I was like, you know what? Going on.
So,
the Rebel Trooper had gotten expensive. I think he was averaging, $35-ish.
It's not a bad figure either.
Yeah, it was in that era where it was kind of like that Solo era where they started doing butterfly joints and photoreal and sure, it's got some 2019 things. It's got double pin knees. Who cares? It still looks good.
They're still putting out figures with, double pin knees like that are reissues, obviously, but
Mace Windu.
It's not the worst thing in the world. Is it irritating that it's not, retooled and, updated? Sure, but it's fine for new collectors, in my opinion.
And especially for a background character like this, it's do you really need those single joint knees? It probably actually works better here for a kneeling position or something anyway. So
yeah, that's probably true.
Right. But I've also seen where people are a little salty that the Stormtrooper doesn't have the
holster.
Holster, yeah.
I wish it did, for the sake of it actually matching the ones in the OT, or specifically A New Hope, where this is this 2-pack is specifically based on. But
right.
There are people that make custom holsters that you can put on it, and a little super glue never hurt anybody. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
My thing is man, if I have a Stormtrooper, he's holding his gun,
Right.
The alternative is getting the 2013 body one.
Right.
I'd rather it actually be a good action figure than be 100% accurate. So
exactly.
There's a reason we moved on from that mold.
Yeah.
Is this specifically branded for A New Hope? Because you could just consider the Rebel. Is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess it is. Mm-hmm. Stand corrected.
Although they could totally fix that by branding it as Rogue One, and then you don't have to worry about the holster. So
true.
Yeah. That's true.
Right.
But I don't have anything bad to say about it. I also got to say I'm probably not picking it up because I got enough Stormtroopers and I've got 3 Rebel Troopers, and I'm not looking to do a TANF hallway Dio anyway.
So, right.
Yeah. It's something that's not for me. I picked up a ton of those, probably an unhealthy amount of those clone and droid 2-packs.
Yeah, I'd say it's unhealthy.
but it just isn't for me. But it's cool for the people that really want it, and especially like to army build that Rebel Trooper, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of decent options for army building Rebel Troopers when you look at the Endor Trooper being like deluxe.
Yeah.
And then wasn't the Hoth one also deluxe?
No, it
I don't
was.
think so. No, I think it was just a $25 figure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was on the card too.
Well, it was
Is
also one of the first like Galaxy packaging figures.
Yeah.
So it was before they came to the realization, oh wait, 2 accessories, another $10.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it? I'm not too familiar because I guess I don't look for those kinds of figures. Is it a figure that's hard to get or like expensive on the aftermarket?
The Hoth.
The Hoth Rebel.
No,
not really. No, I think that was during a time where they all were pretty much overproducing a lot of figures.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
well, I would hope that they would have double packed it.
I'm pretty sure at ICC Con, Justin bought 2 of them for $15.
They got.
I was gonna say I've seen them at cons for cheap.
Yeah.
I remember back when they were still in stock, like from Amazon and places where they got marked down to like $13 or something at one point. I mean, they couldn't give them away, and it didn't matter if it was retro packing or the new box. Like they just could not get rid of them.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, it's from The Empire Strikes Back. It's not a great movie, but
Jesus.
I do want to, Dennis. You gotta go. You gotta make it happen, man.
Yeah,
gotta do it.
You got some time. You got some time to figure it out too. You got a
couple
months to work it out.
Just go rewatch my vlog and 1313's vlogs and Hendrix's vlogs, and just
dude, it was so fun. So fun.
Such a good time.
A blast.
Well, I don't remember. Is Dennis a big vintage Star Wars collector, like the original line? Like the original Kenner stuff? I
feel like I want to say yes, but
because
I don't know.
Michael, he was saying that that's what he was into. Like that's how it all started. Saying that there's like tons of vintage Star Wars stuff at this convention. So like if that's up Dennis's alley, he should definitely go for that.
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, it's just a good time. I mean, that's
that too.
Yeah,
just seeing everybody
from the shopping it's going to be the biggest meetup of like this community just in general.
Yeah,
so.
Right.
And going to Papa Turney's again. We gotta take that place over again.
I'm calling him ahead of time and saying, look, you got to batten down the hatches. We got all the Star Wars nerds coming back. If you remember us from 2023.
We might want to call like a few weekends in advance too, just to make sure they're like ready.
Oh yeah,
right. They need to understand that we're bringing like a table of like 20, like
at least.
Yeah, no, we're filling that place. I mean,
wasn't there outdoor seating?
Big place.
Yeah, there was another I believe. Entire bench of big banquet table of seating that could have been taken by us if we call ahead.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
No, yeah, that was great. Or Nate and Justin are going again, right?
Yep.
And then Zach and
Zach is going. I think
Lance Peter Luke was on the fence because it's kind of like during college.
Oh, you mean Luke Ness Monster?
Luke Ness Monster, yeah. I wish Lance Peter Luke would show up.
Oh yeah,
right.
That'd be a big trip all the way out from California. But the 1313 boys are trying to make it, and they're all over the place now.
Right, I think they're all going to pull it off too. So Dennis has a special Kenner figure collection.
Let's go.
And
heck yeah!
They had a ton of Kenner stuff. If you're looking to fill any gaps in that, or something you never had,
got one right here.
One of my favorite pickups. My favorite Imperial Trooper is the Snow Trooper. And there was a booth there that had all these magnets of like the Kenner figures, they were.
I remember that
figures, and I got the Snow Trooper one, and it's like one of my most favorite fridge magnets. So,
they turned it into a fridge magnet.
Well, no, it's just a flat, like a rubbery fridge magnet.
Oh, okay.
It had like artwork of all these Kenner figures. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying they like dremeled a hole into the back of this thing, put a magnet in it.
No, that would be cool. I would put one of those on my fridge. That would
actually be sick.
Yeah, if you had some that like weren't, exceptionally valuable, you could just like have a couple figgies stuck to the fridge. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I used to have an episode 2 Obi-Wan that had magnets on its feet for some reason. It was a 3.75 figure, and it was odd.
I think I know which one you're talking about. That was the one that like does flips. Like it was on the platform that you did like a flip or something.
Yeah, and it wasn't like articulated much. And I actually think it came with the Django that had the magnetic head that you could remove too.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
So, all right, short in stature, plenty of laughs. Here we have another guest joining us. We have the one, the only, 1313 Tommy. Got to tilt the camera down.
What's up, fellas?
Hey,
so I don't know if you guys saw. I just wanted to share this real quick. We just got done talking to Michael Havens, the showrunner for ICC, and so he revealed that Timothy Zahn is the guest coming to the show, right? Well, then in the midst of us talking about that, he goes, "Yeah, and you guys are such big Thrawn fans. I'm actually going to announce a second guest impromptu on the stream here." And we're all like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, Mark Thompson, the voice actor for Thrawn from the audiobooks. I'm going to sit him right next to Timothy Zahn."
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like, no way. He was like,
That's
"Yeah,
awesome.
I wasn't gonna, but you guys are just so enthusiastic about Thrawn." I was like, "Dude, that's too cool. That's too
nice.
Cool.
That's awesome.
We did.
That's epic.
We missed the end. What were the announcements at the end of your stream?
Yeah.
As you say, I watched for like the first hour until I had to start this, so I hadn't seen them. But like right as we started, you guys made your Instagram post about Zahn.
Yeah. So, and we didn't. I mean, he had sent us. We knew since yesterday about Timothy Zahn. He like sent us the graphic. Hey, I had
no one since yesterday.
I had orders from JX0N himself to not say anything to you specifically. Okay.
See how it is.
Anyways, but yeah, I didn't want to override your stream or anything, but I just wanted to share like that impromptu announcement. I thought was super cool.
So,
and he said he has 15 more guests that he hasn't announced yet.
What?
For ICC. So,
I mean, a lot of those have to be, somewhat minor guests, I would think.
Oh yeah.
I have a weird, like, sneaking suspicion, and I have no evidence to back this, but I have a sneaking suspicion that some of them might be from the Ahsoka series, because he was talking about how if it wasn't for The Mandalorian, Ahsoka would be his favorite Star Wars show. So,
I wouldn't be surprised because they've been doing the rounds. I mean, Iman and Natasha for sure, like I could see them both being there easy.
Yeah. Amon, like definitely. Like Amon will go anywhere that you ask him to.
Dude's been going everywhere.
And honestly, straight up, we were just talking about like some of our ICCC plans for this upcoming one. Like, and he was saying on your stream, like sometimes the guests like hang out. Like Amon goes to Pop Attorneys with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We gotta.
We're
gay, dude. If you wore your shirt, I bet you he'd be like, "You're the guy," and he'd be like, "Yeah,
hey, you're my stalker."
Yeah,
right,
bro. And once he sees Jabba the Hutt here, he's like, "Bro, I'm in."
Bro,
you see this big slug just nailing through the convention.
It's like that Spider-Man meme.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like in Book of Boba Fett where the twins are on the, and we're all.
That's what I'm saying. That's me. Yeah. That's me and Hendrix, man. We're gonna be the twins in Book of Boba. Yeah.
No,
we're just all wrapped around each other. Just.
I call dibs on the guy with the drum.
Who's smoking the hookah?
Oh,
both of us, definitely. Both of us.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
Oh man!
So,
you know who I would like to see though? Like if they got, because like Hybrid and I see a lot of Star Wars guests, major and minor ones, and one that I've been wanting to get for a long time. I have D. Bradley Baker, but I would also like to see them do like a Bad Batch thing. D. Bradley Baker and Michelle Ang for Omega.
Yeah,
if they got
that
both
would be
of
awesome.
them, like they wouldn't be like extreme major Hayden Christensen level, but like they would still be good, and like people would definitely go to see them. You know,
they could be like the headliners, honestly. Because
Yeah.
I also got to say, like, you know, they've made some announcements and some of them have been interesting, but like, I don't feel like they've said what their biggest name is.
No.
I mean, like
yeah,
year,
definitely not.
There's no way.
They had Charlie Cox and Ian McDiarmid, and like, and I get it, they were in a bigger venue and stuff, but I still feel like those outclass who we've gotten so far by such a high degree.
Well, he also
I
said
think
that
we'll
he's
get
doing
like 2 on those level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said they're not doing any Marvel this year.
Yeah, I heard him say. I guess
that's probably
really?
for the best.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it went bad. He said that he just didn't hear anybody tell him that they were particularly excited about Marvel guests. So he was like, you know, I'll just get rid of them and just do all Star Wars. Like just do more Star Wars this year.
That's the way to go anyway. It's a Star Wars focused convention. So, you want to please the fans. I mean, that'll do it.
Well, I'll be straight up, because last year when they announced the Daredevil gang, he was like, we're not a Star Wars con. I've never said we're a Star Wars con. So, yeah, we got Daredevil. And so I'm like, great. So it's a Star Wars con with Daredevil. And so that's how I've been telling people about it. You know, they swear they're not a Star Wars con. So it's going to be like 20 Star Wars people and Daredevil. That way they can say they're not a Star Wars con. Well, I guess he's just embraced it now. He's a Star Wars con. But
as he should.
Right.
Yep.
But no, I'm incredibly excited. I'm just amped. We got a few more people in than earlier when I first said it. But on August 7th, Michael will be on the next episode of Talking Toys with the Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a guest reveal.
Hey.
And nothing, I mean, he shared some great info with y'all tonight, but as someone that has gone to a lot of Comic Cons, you know, I've got questions that I would love to ask of someone that runs them, you know, the process of doing different things. So
right.
like I'm amped to actually like have a guy trapped with me for an hour that will answer all my magic questions about how do you do a Comic Con.
I can't wait.
Hybrid Con.
Right.
Yes. Let's go. Hybrid
Con.
Con.
The Max Rebo experience. How you doing, man? So
I can't wait for a
rise up.
I can't wait for a Hybrid's guest that's going to be announced to be like 9-Nub, and I can just like visibly see like veins popping out of his forehead.
They're going to announce someone OT, and you're just going to see me deflate.
He's going to be like,
and we have the actual the guy who was in the suit for Moma Nadon right here.
Yeah, we
have the Tonica sisters.
We have one of the 4 people that operated the Jabba the Hutt puppet. So introducing Jeff, the guy who did the left hand.
That guy's a legend.
Well, I've always wanted to meet the frog grabbing hand. That's all I've wanted my whole life.
Screw the frog grabbing hand. I want the hookah hand. What are you doing?
We need the tongue operator on that dude.
Flip that, Jack. Flip that.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
whoever does the best impression gets a free autograph from the tongue guy.
What about the tail operator when Leia's choking him?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I can't tell if he was into that or if he was struggling.
Taking the right hand is free, the left is $50.
Oh my god.
But it's
dude, you just collect you have like a giant Java poster and you just collect them like it's the cards of, you know, like it's like the Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
Yeah.
Like the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Yeah. The different parts of them. Yeah. Oh man.
Jabba, the forbidden one. Oh man. This is gonna be great. And my most favorite part is like, you know, this is how it was last year. There was just so many times where it was just like all like 15 of our group just, hey guys, it's midnight. Who wants to go to Waffle House? You know, and we're just like at Waffle House bullshitting. Like that's what ICCC is about,
right?
Like, I mean, it was just.
Oh,
it
it was.
Times.
I don't know how I ended up at that Waffle House. Is what I like, dude. It was wild.
No, it was great. I mean, we just walked down the hallway because Nate and Justin were down the hallway from us, and Justin was sloshed. I mean, he was just on his bed, just white clawed out. And we're like, let's go to Waffle House. And he's like, I want Waffle House.
Yeah, it was three Trulies.
3 Trulies, man.
That's my goal
so
again this year. I will get Justin sloshed again. I mean,
it won't take much, brother.
Oh yeah, he's a cheap date. I mean, it's great.
Yeah,
but no, we're getting Justin going again. We're gonna slip him some Jawa juice or whatever we got to do.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait. It's gonna be a blast.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be so fun.
Mm-hmm. So,
hell yeah.
So Tommy, you missed it, but
yeah,
we talked a little bit about some of the Black Series reveals.
Okay.
We're on to the helmet, but we'll pick up.
Woke! Okay, sorry.
Right. They showed the Trooper 2-pack, the Rebel Trooper and the Stormtrooper. That guy.
That helmet turned me gay.
Oh God. Yeah, this I did pre-order this because I don't have a Rebel Fleet Trooper yet, and I figured, oh, he comes with the Death Star plans. I'll put him on my Rogue One display. So
some cloner you are buying OT trash. What the fuck is that, dude?
Yeah, you know. Well, I'm very much. I'm you know, I've journeyed through about half of last week's Monday Night Figure Ball. You know, it's a. Some have read the Bible front to back, but have you watched an entire stream of Monday Night Figure Ball before the next one releases? That's the real. But yeah, no, I liked Zooboy was just talking about how he gets one of each release of a character as opposed to troop building. I do the same exact thing. So
he's not alone with his weird packaging.
Dude, I heard him say that, and I was like, this is like so oddly specific. I thought I was the only human being that did this, but yeah, no. So that I pre-ordered this. It's one of the only times I'll ever pick up some OT. But
there you go. Yeah, that's. I'm getting 2 of them, but I'm gonna swap the heads off the Rebel Fleet Trooper with some, Marvel Legends or whatever, and actually make it work in a diamond. So,
and I'd said like, I've picked up enough of both of these figures over the years. They're a pass for me. It's good to get them back out there for people that want them.
Yeah.
Because the one thing is I'll say, I mean, and they've been really good, is like they have been keeping that 2020 Stormtrooper on the shelf in some way, shape, or form, whether it be in a special package or a reissue or in a 2-pack or a Star Killer pack or whatever. I mean, at any given time, if you want a Stormtrooper, there's something for retail that has it in it. And that's better than they've ever been before.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, really they've just been listening to what the fans want this past year, 2 years. I mean, like everything we've been asking for is like, okay, here you go.
And I think on stuff like this, like these 2-packs that they're doing, I hope they have a production long time. I think for the next couple of years, there should always be a pallet of those just in the warehouse, just because there's always going to be a new collector that would like to buy a couple of Clone and Battle Droid 2-packs.
Oh, this is a line that should be evergreen. Like they should have like an OT version and like a prequel trilogy version of like this sort of 2-pack. That way, everybody who wants to army build has the option to, where it's like
they
always
just need to have it.
Yeah, it just needs to kind of stick around and get like a release like every other year, probably something like that, like a refresh every other year.
I was going to say even like once a year, just like put your pre-orders in. This is like, we'll make how many you guys pre-order. Like we'll do it once a year with all these different army builder packs. Obviously, we don't know if that would be something realistic, but something like that.
Everybody knows it's not like about the packaging with these. Like they're not going to have any sort of value outside of what the figure is. I mean, it sells for $44.99. under retail for, a single Black Series figure. If you divide that up, it's like $23 a piece. I mean, and they're not going to go up on the aftermarket, because they're so available. I mean, they're still in stock, aren't they, for the Clone and Droid 2-pack?
Yep. They're in stock everywhere readily. And these do not need to be treated like regular inventory. They don't need to be liquidated in 6 months.
Right.
Like,
right.
They could definitely sit
in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, I think that this is a great idea. I hope that they do multiple more. Once we're done with actually, and I haven't announced this yet, but once we're done with the little bit of news recap from this last week, we actually had a little game. We came up with some 2-packs of our own. We want you, the audience, to vote on. So we're gonna have a good time.
Heck yeah.
So
I did want to say one last thought on that pack, or just those packs in general.
No.
I think that they came up with a really good compromise for plastic-free packaging with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
do plastic-free where you can, and something like this where people aren't going to really care about the packaging.
Yep.
And it's almost 100%. Like the AliExpress figures, where it's like, just get you the figure. Like, we don't care about anything else.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's about opening them is what it is. It's not about, displaying a box with two pictures of 2 troopers.
They've already come out with the window,
Right.
Right.
This
exactly.
This isn't presentation. This isn't, plastic free versus not. This is just the cheapest, shittiest box they could put it in that you're supposed to rip open and throw away when you're done.
Right.
Tommy.
Yeah.
I wonder if in like a couple decades or a decade or so, like this sealed might actually be like really difficult to find, like, because everybody who's bought one of these opened it up. So if they exist out there and they're sealed, it might actually hold a little bit of value if you care about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, now that you mentioned that, I have a speculation that's what the credit collection is going to be, because everybody treated the credit collection like trash, destroyed the cards, opened them, whatever. They didn't care about keeping them minty. So like,
you can keep telling yourself that, Hunter. You can keep
hey, I'm just saying, it seems like it's always the weird stuff that nobody ever thought about keeping in packaging or something. It ends up being the rare thing.
In 15 years, when people are nostalgic for the Mandalorian and they're seeking out the original Mandalorian figures, those are the on-card versions. So
right.
I will forever be a credit collection despiser. You'll never be able to.
I don't like them. I still won't buy them.
If you like, when I go to ICC, I'm going to purchase every credit collection at every booth just so I can burn them to a crisp out in the parking lot. Okay,
you've heard it here, everyone. 1313 Tommy has deep pockets at ICCC.
Yeah, he's going to spend big money at ICC Con. He's emptying the retirement account. He's going to go buy all the figgies.
Pawning that engagement ring this early.
Yeah.
The 1313 Tommy experience this October.
Honey, I got to commit to this bit. We're going to have to just take that to the pawn shop for a little while. We'll get it back. But I just need some extra cash flow for ICC Con.
Dude's like, I gotta prove TVC is the Happy Toy Meal scale, so I'm gonna buy the HasLab sail barge and burn it.
Oh man.
Well, it'd be accurate to the end of Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah, right.
True.
Yeah. I got some tannerite. You can make it accurate.
You want that
right.
Sail barge. All right. So Tommy, do the lightsaber blades and the color of the speeder anger you on this?
Bro's gone.
No, I actually I think this is a super cool release because it's in the retro packaging. I haven't bothered to fact check this, but I saw someone say that this is the packaging for the 12-inch version of this from 1999. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And everything's laid out basically the same in it.
And the colors of the blades and everything, is that supposed to be accurate to that original release?
Relatively.
Okay.
I think the blades might be something new.
Yeah. But also, I don't because I know Hendrix was talking about before we saw the packaging, you were talking about the color of the speeder. My whole thing with that was I don't know what filters they put on those pictures,
dude.
But sometimes I'll look at black. This has been going on for years. I'll look at pictures, lamb shots of a Black Series release. I get it in person. It's a completely different product because 100%. Of just how much they saturate those colors, man.
I said it at the beginning of. I said it at the beginning of this stream. Actually, whoever I don't know, usually whoever takes the Black Series promo shots, usually I think does a good job. Besides the color changing, whatever filters they do, but for this one, I don't know why they looked bad to me. But once I saw it in the package, I was like, oh, that's actually looks good in my opinion. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna get this and leave it in the package, and then get Ray Park to sign it or Sam Witwer to sign it. Even though Sam Witwer,
he's still doing the con circuit, right?
Yeah,
he's actually he's coming to one in Virginia in a couple months, or in a little bit. Yeah, I think it's right after or a couple months after. So if hopefully this ships before then, I might actually get that signed by him.
There you go.
That would be epic. That's my plan with it.
Yeah. Wasn't it the last couple SDCC exclusives? Those were just shipped right away, right? Or if it was pre-order, it was like a month, right? So.
It was pretty quick always.
Yeah.
Something, and like we were saying, these are going to be readily available, on Pulse. I don't think that they're going to sell out immediately like everything else does. But these photos have always been radically inaccurate to the product, like you were saying, between all the filtering and stuff. I'm intrigued by the lightsabers because they have been tweaking the Black Series lightsabers for the last little bit. We talked earlier about how all the green lightsabers now, from Ezra, Sabine, Return of the Jedi, Luke, and onwards, they catch the light. They look like they're glowing a little bit. It'd be cool if they were just hey, it's just a brighter red because it looks better, or we frosted the blade or whatever. This looks great. It kind of matches, and Cook's right on here, where they kind of matched it a little bit more to the color of the original toy as opposed to the movie, because it's kind of in homage to being, the retro pack.
Mm-hmm.
Something else that I haven't heard as many people talk about is this is our first vehicle in the line in 4 years.
Huge W.
Right.
Huge W for the line.
That's what I was like.
The white.
I was just really excited to see some type of vehicle back in the line again. That's just a massive win for everyone.
Right. We can't treat this like the Star Killer set. We can't let this go on 70% off sale on Pulse or whatever. If this goes out,
if it does, I'm getting another one. I'll get a second one.
I'll buy some to rock at that point. But
I think at $60, it's the perfect price point as well. I don't think they could have went any lower, really. And you buy a 3D printed speeder bike online, you're spending over that anyway just for the bike.
Yeah.
So you get the exclusive soft goods from that 3-pack. And then, I think he comes with the wrist communicator too.
Yeah.
So that's an exclusive thing, and the probe droid. So I think this will do great, honestly.
Yeah, and especially because it's the people are going to probably get this before the 3-pack. And there were a lot of people that were turned off by the 3-pack because, I have to wait. I want a new Maul, but I also don't want to get another Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
I'm right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is great for those people too.
No, and you guys know me. I like to do 10-stage gymnastics with rationalizing stuff. But Maul just as a figure. The lightsaber comes in 2 pieces. That's justification enough for that to be a deluxe figure, let alone the binoculars and the
exactly.
They would sell that Maul with all that extra stuff, and then that bracelet communicator. That would be a $35 thing all day long. So
exactly
for the speeder, and also usually these convention things, usually there's a $10 screw you fee because it's in a different box. The stuff that you throw away, like they're basically valuing the speeder in this as zero. Like,
right.
This is a great value for a convention set.
Yeah. No, this is a massive dub.
Right. This is the first new speeder speeder, but also vehicle in like 4 years. And the last one we got was a repainted, Imperial speeder.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say too, isn't this the first prequel vehicle we have in the entire line?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Everything else has been Imperial speeder bikes and, that kind of stuff. It's all been OT.
Right.
Or sequel, I should say. Or sequel.
Yeah.
Hey, the Solo movie is a prequel.
I was getting ready to say Solo is the only thing before A New Hope that we've gotten.
Yeah, I also saw, there's people like watching Monday Night Figure Ball. Senior Coffee said that for even SHF people might be in on this one because the flight stand on this one is much lower to the ground, which is more accurate to the film. So you would even maybe have people who would get this one just for the flight stand so they can, switch it around and finagle it that way. So I think this is definitely going to be a popular set, especially because also it's Darth Maul. It's not like it's a glove or anything like that.
As someone who has the SHF version, yes, I think it's better, but it's also more expensive and long, released. And I'm even going to get this just to have in the package to maybe get signed someday. So that's something SHF, that version doesn't have a window or, it's just a box with the thing inside. This has display value in the box. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's a win-win for both communities, I guess.
Oh, for sure. It definitely increases the collectability of this tenfold, in my opinion. Like, if this was just in, like, regular Galaxy packaging, I would probably consider it a pass, to be honest. Like, but they're sold me on it being, like, the retro packaging and everything, and it having, like, the colors for the, like, resembling the older one and everything. And, like, I got this for Christmas in '99. Not the 12-inch one, but, like, the 3 3/4 one. Mm-hmm. So, like, this is just, like, pure nostalgia goggles. I'm in. So
this actually inspired me to pick up the 20th anniversary retro carded Maul. Nice. And I actually got that. It's like coming on the way, but like I'm still probably going to get this too, and I would probably get them both signed by Ray Park if I could.
This is cool. This is just a cool one-off. This is like exactly what you want for an SDCC thing. If you don't care about it, and the Maul is coming single packed anyway, and then 3-packed. I mean, look at Hasbro. They made a new mold, and they already found 3 uses for it. We haven't even seen the carbonized, the credit collection, and the holiday Maul yet. Like they're coming, I promise.
And that's that's kind of the cool part of it is that they're not trying to get sales before they announce something else. They're giving you 3 options of, hey, you don't want these other 2 figures, wait for the single, but you won't get the row, or you want, the speed bike, you go with this. I think that's just great for business and the relationship between consumers. So,
Now, they did say that it's going to go on Hasbro Pulse, right? After San Diego Comic-Con. Yep. Is it going to be open to Pulse exclusive or Pulse Premium members early?
Historically, it goes up for Pulse Premium for the first hour. And then,
really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think with the Black Boba Fett from a couple years ago, that was the case, right? If you had Pulse Premium, you got it.
That's how it is with everything anymore. I mean, even just mainline pre-orders and everything. The premium.
Well, that's not totally true, though.
There's been a couple pre-orders hybrid.
There's been a couple of Pulse releases that haven't been open to premium members early.
Yeah, but I mean the majority of, and if it's exclusive, if it's only at Pulse.
I think the exclusive ones do, yeah.
Yeah, and all the reissues recently were like that, where they were up for premium members first, like Rex, Rex and Fox, and all those.
The reissue.
I mean, if that's the case and they do that, I mean, I'm probably gonna try and snag. If they have a limit of 2 or 3, I'm gonna probably just get 2 or 3.
I'm going to do that as well. Just to help out the boys.
That. Yeah, just to make sure as many people as I can are covered.
I mean, this is going to be...
I'll be buying the max.
It's going to be high demand, limited availability. You know what I mean? It's going to be gone so quick.
Right. Yeah. And that, I mean, as well, I mean, with the Gree and Yoda 2-pack, when I saw that was Pulse Premium exclusive for the first hour, I was like, I'm just buying the max limit because I just know this is going to sell out before the rest of the public can even get their hands on it. Mm-hmm. So I was able to dish those other 4 out and, help the people out. So, but for $65 a piece, of course, I'm sure.
Well, you gotta just justify the effort you're putting in there, man. I mean,
right.
Don't do anything for free.
I'm putting down some coin for this. You gotta reimburse me for my troubles.
Yeah, that's right. Interest, brother. Interest.
So no, we haven't talked about this one yet at all. What do we?
I love this.
Well, I mean, it made me gay, so that really makes me want to talk about it.
Made me transgender.
Yeah.
When I put that on, it's just gonna want to make me just strip down in front of people and go swimming, dude. That's what it's gonna do.
Yeah, you're gonna wish you're in the pool at ICC Con when you put that on. Right?
Oh, man.
The second
only wearing the
stranger
I'm going helmet.
The second I put this on, I'm going to Planned Parenthood and I'm getting some hormone blockers.
Hell yeah. Good for you, King. As you should.
This guy.
Personal rant time at the Black Series helmets never fit me. I'm going to go see if Tommy's fits me before I drop $100 on something that'll live on the shelf forever. Mm-hmm. I'd like to be able to pop it on, but this looks amazing. I mean, this is just insane.
Yep.
Is it electronic?
It's only $100 too.
Yeah. So I don't think it's electronic.
I think it is.
And again,
well, wouldn't it? It'd be cool if it was like Kamir, like whispering in your ears or something, like saying voice lines.
That's a little too sensual for me.
I was gonna say.
You were talking about turning me gay,
do something to me.
You were talking about turning me gay. That'll do it right there.
Bro wanted that swimming scene in the helmet.
It just displays inside, like
So I'm looking at the Hasbro Pulse listing for it.
Yeah.
And it says the Stranger electronic helmet. Now, worth noting is the helmets have gotten to be $130 lately. So I'm wondering why it's only $100. And I'm just looking through the description and it doesn't say what is electronic about it. Because usually they make a great idea or a great point about, it has a blinking light inside of it or something.
Right.
It could be like how they did the Stormtrooper where it has like the voice changer type thing. Like it garbles as it comes through it.
That's a really good idea. That's probably what it is, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I've kind of said for a while, I mean, for what it's worth, like the electronic stuff to me feels like a novelty. Like I didn't buy the Boba Fett helmet because it had a light on the rangefinder. I bought it because it's a Boba Fett helmet. And if you can completely eliminate that and save me $40, great. Because I have had that helmet for 3 years, and I don't think other than when I first bought it and put a battery in, I've ever turned the light on.
Bro, I took all the batteries out of all my helmets. Like, there's no need for it. Like, I'm not using it for that.
Right. Like there's no light up feature. The voice changer isn't gonna sound like him anyway. So let's just knock off some of the nonsense and knock the price down. But again, usually it says in the description, exactly what's electronic or deluxe. And the fact that this is cheaper, I wonder if they didn't just say it's the electronic helmet because they say that for every helmet. Because Marvel Legends finally did away with that a little bit, because the Marvel Legends helmets have all had features, but they finally did the Magneto helmet for X-Men 97, and it's just a plastic hat. I mean, it just doesn't have a feature. And I mean, maybe they finally were just like, hey, like this one cannot have one.
It's a neat idea, but it's very poorly executed, and it makes it feel cheaper to me that it has the gimmicky toy stuff like that put into it. Like it feels like a Mattel product where it's like, oh, this is for children. Like
that's how I
feel. Is it a premium adult collectible, or is it a toy? Like
that's how I feel about any light up feature, any electronics in any type of collectible of mine. Besides, like, if you're buying like a NeoPixel lightsaber, that's the one exception. But to me, it's like it always comes off gimmicky, even in the hot toys that I get with the light up lightsabers. Like, I never use that crap. Like, it just it's gimmicky.
But one thing I will say when it comes to like the higher end stuff, like your hot toys and sideshow stuff, that Rex premium format statue has like a light up explosion effect that is like USB powered, so it ain't batteries.
Yeah,
and I think that's pretty cool on something like that.
The USB stuff's a little better. Like on the new Kenobi Vader I have, you like plug a USB in and light up his chest box and stuff, and that adds a little something. But for me on the shelf, like I don't know. For me at least, it comes off gimmicky.
It feels ultimately unnecessary for me when like you could cut costs by getting rid of that stuff.
Right.
I mean, like there are people that like are super into that, and that's great. But I feel like if there's a possibility of like having that be an optional upgrade for a hot toy or something like that, I think that would be preferred. Like, if they could even cut $10 to get rid of even just something to get that out of there, that would be preferred. But, oh well.
But yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna come around for this if it fits. But Tommy, you ordered 2, right?
I pre-ordered 2. One is for my brother because I was saying on the other stream, my brother's 13, and it's kind of a cool. He grew up with the sequel trilogy, whereas I grew up with prequels and things like that. So he, the second he saw that 5th episode of Acolyte, he texted me that night and was like, I want to do a cosplay of Chimere. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. So I pre-ordered him that helmet as well as soon as it came out, so he can, make that a reality for himself.
Yeah.
One just needs to go and buy a black shower curtain now.
We're going to see so many cosplays of this guy that are just going to be a costume cloak from Spirit Halloween and the Black Series helmet and some generic LGT in-hilt LED lightsaber.
I thought you were going to say LGBT lightsaber.
It's Acolyte, so that's who will be in cosplay is the LGBT community. Yeah. This is their Star Wars, dog.
Well, I mean, they did make R2-D2 a lesbian after all. So
dude, finally, let's go.
He does also wear like a really cool set of like black robes or like a tunic or whatever for a little bit. Until he strips it off.
Yeah, would it be like? I mean, it's screen accurate if I just walk around naked and say I'm Chimere, So is that wrong? Is that a CRL that we can do for the 501st soon? Like, where is?
Hey, if Tommy, if you do Chimere, I'll do Jabba because Jabba ain't got no clothes either.
Hell yeah, dog!
I'll help you paint them with the Rust-Oleum forest green.
There you go.
I will say though, I think this the same like color correction, whatever they used on this helmet is the same. So I think it won't be quite this bright or vibrant copper in person as well.
Well, and to give that credit, right here at the very bottom left, it says digitally rendered image, final product may vary. They don't have real.
There we go.
Yeah. They haven't
exist.
Yeah.
AI generated.
Right. So, I mean, it's just, they're going to say, hey, it's copper colored. And so they're going to show you this polished copper colored helmet, the render.
Yeah.
But in person, it's going to have like a wash or something. They're going to make it look screen accurate. And the other thing is that they might be copper in the daylight. We've never seen it in the daylight. So like,
well, in the different lighting in like his little hut or whatever you want to call it, like you can definitely tell it looks more bronze. It ain't black, you know, like when it's just sitting on the table there after he's done like welding it up, you know, fixing it. You can definitely tell.
And I kind of like that because like,
me too.
They've brought cortosis in. And just the part of my brain that understands how things work from being a repair kind of guy, like I like the idea that the thing that makes electric lightsabers short out is copper colored,
right?
Like it looks like a metal that would be conductive and makes
sense.
So like I mean it's the helmet equivalent of bending a wire in a U and sticking it in the same outlet. It's gonna cook something. Like, and
I also like that it's like, it breaks down. It's not like Beskar where it's just like completely invincible, basically.
Oh yeah, it's
like,
full of things and vents.
Right. Well, it broke. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So so it's not something that's just totally invincible to lightsabers, even though it can deactivate them.
Yeah, and of course, a girl was the one that could break the helmet. Whatever.
Right. So, before we get too into anything later on, I made some renders because we saw the Stormtrooper and Rebel Trooper 2-pack revealed this week, and so this 2-pack of Armybuilding packs is continuing. So to our audience, I'm going to ask you to start voting here in a few minutes. But I just wanted to show off some cool designs. We decided to make our own 2-packs. What we would like to see is an Army Builder 2-pack. I'm going to start with Tommy's. So, boom! Right.
Sweet.
Are you a sequel fan?
No, I just was like, well, it'd be cool if we did all 3 of the eras of the 3 trilogies.
Right.
And I do have a collection of, I think they're over off camera, my first order Stormtroopers, and the newer Stormtrooper mold for that is so much cooler than the original. And then I could just throw my Resistance guy on my Battlefront shelf. So that'd be
true.
Nice little 2-pack. I would be one of 7 people that buy one, but it'd be cool.
I basically made this exact same order from Stuck in Carbonite in the 1313 Discord this week. He posted some sequel figures up for sale, and I was like, "Yo, I want the Stormtrooper and I want the Resistance Soldier. Like, I'll just army build those anywhere I can." So, when you were like, "Yo, this is what I want," like I was like, "Hey, I just bought that," but I think it's a good idea. I mean, now. Would you get big salty if it was the same Resistance Trooper? Would you want a different head?
I never had the original.
Well, there you go. It's actually not a terrible figure. Like, the design is boring, and that's why it didn't sell great. But as far as the sequel figures go, the articulation's decent. Like, it's a solid pickup. You won't be upset for it.
Mm-hmm.
But, so that was Tommy's. And at the end, I'll show everyone again. But, now we're going to go... All right, this one's mine. This one, I just wanted a plain Jane bread and butter 2-pack. So the Phase 1 clone, we're going to have to keep that mold around. We just got it. And the Commando droid, we haven't gotten that yet. I'm kind of speculating if we get some Gaming Greats figures for the new game that's coming out at the end of August, we might see that Commando droid in the trench coat. So, like, if the parts exist, the 2-pack could happen, And
there you go. Yeah.
Again, it's basic, it's boring, but that's not inherently a bad.
It's also great though.
Yeah, this is one that you would want to buy 10 of.
Is there an alternate version with Heavy's dead body in it as well? Yeah.
Dang.
Well, and Hunter and I were talking about that a little bit. Like, you should do like a heavy one, and I was like, yeah, but like then it's not really an army builder thing, even though it's just a white clone with a minigun. Like,
Right.
So sticking to the core, army building factor.
Right.
Heck yeah.
So that was my one. Now we're on to Hunter's. Hunter went specific. So Hunter wants the Clan Red Mandalorian and the Imperial Super Commando.
That would be sick, though.
The only thing that I know that this wouldn't happen is because they're not existing figures. You know what I mean? They're not going to take like brand new figures and be like, let's put them in a cheapo 2-pack.
So,
but like
they could be easy cool. Like retools, though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, especially with the Clan Ren Mando, and then I bet you that
and the new Commando from Mandalorian Season 3, they could reuse
that's what I was
for the
say.
White Commando.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, they could use the they could use the Death Watch Mandalorian, the Clone Wars Walmart exclusive blue one on the shitty Jango Fett body. Like it would be terrible, but they could repaint it and make the Clan Ren Mando. Like it's that armor.
I actually would prefer if both of these were on the Jango Fett skull.
Oh yeah, I would hate for them to be able to stand up.
Yeah, I can look at them.
The other thing is like the Rebels style commando. They could give us a Rebels Gar Saxon, and then it's the same armor. They could then repaint it into the white one for the troop.
Definitely.
When I came up with the idea for this, I was thinking of like different, like I was thinking of like maybe like the Mandalorian you see in Ahsoka, like that Hot Toys did, where it's like mostly all red armor. But then I was thinking with these Army Builder 2-packs, they're basically like you're army building two armies at the same time that theoretically, like if you buy like a couple of them, you got these little like squads to fight each other with. Well, you would kind of need like opposite teams, so that's why I kind of went with the Clan Ren Mando and the Imperial Commando,
Right.
This would be fun. It's just like, to me, this line is like, let's maximize every single possible cent we can out of this.
Right.
So like for repaints and retooling and stuff like that might be like a little bit out of the budget for this.
Yeah, for sure.
As just a general 2-pack, I'd buy this immediately.
Oh, yeah. It's a stupid idea, Hunter. That's what I really
well, I was thinking with it too. I'm like, there's a lot of white paint here, or just white plastic that doesn't even hardly require paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's like very minimal paint here. So
your idea was dumb and stupid and dumb, and you were dumb and stupid and dumb for having it. I'm sorry, Pookie. Someone had to say it. Sorry.
Plus, these aren't even orange, so
am I playing Battlefront?
I didn't want to hear it.
Am I playing Battlefront right now? Boot up the Xbox.
So, this one here comes from SkywalkerHendrix.
Hey.
I'm here for it. I did a video a while back on like 5 repaints that I would like to see for the Super Battle Droid, and this was one of them. So you had my vote from day one.
I would buy this even if they swapped the Super with the B1. I would still buy it if they had it swapped for the camo B1 because see that a lot.
So that was actually one of my points. Is I would prefer the B2 just because I prefer that sculpt a bit more.
Fair.
But I would take a B1 in replacement if they wanted to do that. But obviously the clone would have to at least have a new helmet. I think they could get away with reusing the scout mold for the body. I think it's a decent enough figure still. People would complain either way, but
it would have.
I think this is a decent one.
Oh, there's a
Kashyyyk
second figure in there. Oh, he's camo. Okay.
Couldn't see.
I didn't
it's just an empty box.
I just saw a blaster, and I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? Okay, it's camo. All right, I got you.
But I think this is a cool one. I think this is one of my more favorites of what was offered.
Hey,
yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
Hendrix for president.
Hendrix.
And then,
well, see, I had to hold back. I had to hold back my cloner brain, and like think of something unique,
Right.
Yeah.
See, I was trying to I'm like, man, I'm gonna do another clone 2-pack, but I'm like, I gotta do something a little bit different. So the Scout clone is different enough for me, I feel like, and Kashyyyk is iconic enough that I think it would do decent.
For sure.
Heck yeah.
So, for our last one, we have Wilbon's. He wants to do the Endor Rebel Soldier.
Ooh, that's a good one.
This was my second option, actually. That's funny.
And like my second idea for the like how to save money, because like I was thinking like, okay, budget, they can even just cast the legs in green plastic and not bother with the paint. Like I could totally see them doing that and only including like one face for the indoor trooper. Like just save as much. I mean, it would be great if we could get all those accessories and everything, but
yeah, but if you want one accessory,
right? Yeah, he just gets his gun now, and that's it. That's all he gets.
Right. Well, remember, accessory makes it deluxe. So.
Could you imagine if these were like blind boxes and like it was just a random Endor trooper face, like you didn't know which one you were getting?
That would be fun, actually. And
that'd be kind of interesting.
They added like new ones in there, so it's like, oh, I hope I get the new one.
Right?
Able to buy multiples. See, Hasbro, hire me. Yeah.
Hasbro used to do that.
Endor trooper.
Hasbro used to do that with 375. I remember the Legacy collection around 06, 07. They would release like a Sand Trooper, and then like all 3 Pauldron colors were in there, and they were just randomly packed in the shipper. And same with the ranked Phase 1 clone troopers, your sergeant, captain, commander, lieutenant. Like there was a green clone on the card, but the red, yellow, blue, and green were all in there.
I remember that.
And I feel like I do remember that too.
Yeah, and so I mean, it was kind of cool because you'd go to Walmart and there'd just be random ones on the shelf. But so these are our 5. So to our 9 active viewers right now, everyone throw off in the comments. What's your favorite one?
Me pulling up my alt account.
Yeah.
Don't let me down.
The election is rigged. Where's mail-in ballots?
Where's the 212?
Where's Waxer and Boyle?
I mean, I'm getting straight up. I like Hendrix's most personally. I like the Scout and the Super.
That would be fun. And I'd buy that.
Oh yeah, and the thing is with the Super is they're not charging deluxe prices. They're putting them in the normal box, so technically,
and giving him accessories.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so Cook's going for Tommy. Fulcrum.
No way.
Fulcrum is going for
Oh,
Hunter.
dude, my bribe.
Hey.
The Endor 2-pack.
We're getting a lot of different answers. I like it.
Heck yeah.
I like it.
Some variety.
I like this. I like seeing the commando.
Yeah,
droid
I thought Cloner Brain Rot would take it for sure.
You gotta know your audience, right?
So,
Hybrid, you could post
for Hunter. I wonder why.
Hybrid, you could post this on your community thing and make a poll that way.
Oh yeah.
That'd be kind of a cool idea.
I might post it when we're done and let it run for a day or 2.
Heck yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Gotta go with the Endor 2-pack. I gotta say, I'm seeing some love for the Endor 2-pack.
Heck yeah.
I just think the box. I think you just did a really good job with the shop there, and I think it's convincing people that way. Yeah,
they were really fun. I had a good time making them.
Yeah, I think I had probably one of the worst, just animated things where they weren't existing figures. So
that's how I felt about mine with the B2. I'm it's just an old 3.75 toy, but oh well.
Right.
Think about how many kids back in the day had that action figure.
I know.
Thought it was the coolest thing, and it was their most favorite, of their battle droid figures.
I mean, you can't go wrong with camo.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, here's an idea. What if they, instead of making them opposite sides, what if they just made it a separatist battle pack?
Like how TVC does.
I'd like that
right,
too,
where it's like say you get a B2 and a B1.
That'd be great.
That'd be cool.
It goes against what the packs have been so far, but I'm not against it.
Now, I think either way, it just helps with army building, which is I think the idea behind these. So.
The exclusive 3-packs have been the Gaming Greats ones. Those are more team building because you get the Fallen Order one was you get Inquisitor Cal, who's a bad guy, and then you get Second Sister and a Purge Trooper. But then they also did the one for Survivor with the 3 different droid types, and that's a team building pack all day.
Or the Ahsoka pack, giving you the Phase 1 501st and the Phase 2 332nd. You're not going to display them together, but you can build those teams out.
Right.
stuck in Carbonite, we're picking our favorite, like, of these 5 hypothetical.
You're picking Trump or Biden. Make sure to drop it in the chat, okay?
Right.
If you be sure to let us know. Your vote totally matters in that situation. It totally determines the fate of everything. It totally won't be the same no matter which one you vote for. So, go ahead.
Vote for Pedro.
I actually do like how everyone's kind of been spread on this, though, because these are 5 really cool.
Yeah.
Like Endor's winning, but it's just squeaking by. So like we're doing pretty good here. So anyway, this has been fun. So I'll post that poll up on my community tab later, and like Hunter suggested, and then we can see what everyone thinks there.
Yeah.
But so yeah, my 3 big things were the reveals, the army building packs, and the Acolyte figures. So those are, Tommy, you said something earlier. One of yours has shipped or is about to.
Yeah, Big Bad Toy Store is sending out emails if you pre-ordered them. My Indara, I got the email for today, and if we're going, since they're all in the same wave, I'm assuming the others are going to follow suit by the end of the week, maybe early next week. So
right,
I'm super excited. Those, and then the Super Battle Droid and the Darth Sidious are shipping as well.
I got my processing for Sidious today as well. So, I mean, I was calling it a few weeks ago. I'm like, we're going to get another just hit with figures. And I'm here for it. I wish they would get it a little more spread out, but I'll take it. I'm not complaining. So
I don't mind these figure dumps, especially after, it's been like 3 months of nothing.
Right.
Like 1 or 2 have shown up in the last couple months. I'm okay with just having 10 new figures fall in my lap. Like, this is good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So my Acolyte figures were expected on Friday, but they're getting a little held up in customs. So I'm guessing it might be Saturday or Monday. I have them coming from CMD store up in Canada.
Cool.
So I'll still get them maybe just a squeak ahead of you, Big Bad Toy Store. I get to continue to bash you guys for using them.
I was going to say, too, I did see someone that ordered from CMD and got theirs today. So maybe you'll get them, earlier.
And I didn't buy them the day they went up. At least I did, because I was just like, hey, I wonder if CMD has them, because I don't check them regularly.
Right.
And they were in stuff, so they might have been there for a day or two. After I ordered mine, I checked back a couple hours later, and it did say out of stock. So I don't know what amount they had, but apparently it didn't last.
Right. Which is interesting.
I don't mind waiting for these as well, because I'm still kind of on the fence about some of these figures. So
dude, they're so good.
I'm excited for some of them, but I wasn't sure if I was sold on the whole wave, if that makes sense.
Right.
So then I still have the ability, because I pre-ordered through Amazon, to cancel, the ones I'm not into, the ones like, I'm really excited for that one.
I will say OSHA and May are very boring figures. They seem like great figures. I'm not even reviewing them because I just have no interest in sitting down and talking about these figures for 10 minutes.
You should do like a double,
kind of
like in one review.
See, I was thinking that even, and I made a thumbnail for them and everything, but I'm like, I don't know. Like,
if your heart's not in it, then it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly. So I like talking about what I like on my channel. So, and the other figures are like some of Hasbro's best. So, I have the Yord review up and the Jeki review. Soul goes up tomorrow.
Sweet.
Yeah, the face printing, I showed some of you guys already. Some of the best in the line for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I'm excited because like with these figures, like I pre-ordered them and I've actually been really enjoying the show. So I'm like, I was excited kind of passively. And then the 5th episode came out, and to see, even though they died, like to see some of the Jedi actually in action fighting, I'm like, okay, this was what I really needed to like get me really excited for like your Jeki Soul, because I was like, cool, I'll get Master Indara. She had a dope fight scene right in the beginning of the show.
And it's Carrie Ann Moss,
holding on to the other pre-orders.
it has that like Matrix actor appeal to it as well. Like I want to put her on a flight stand in the Trinity pose. Like that's the one for sure that I'm like set on. Like I'm at least getting that just because it's Carrie Ann Moss. So
you know, the only one that I was on the fence about honestly was Indara, just because I'm just like, oh, like whatever. She's only been here for like a minute. That was the one that I was kind of on the fence about not getting. And but no, now that we I end up getting the full case just because that's what was available. But I love all these characters. You know, they have all like completely hooked me. Episode 5 devastated me. Like, my two favorites were Jecki and Yord. And they just they got both balls in one tap. It was bad. But
I really like Jecki. I liked her character a lot.
I was genuinely shocked they killed her off.
I was genuinely awesome. Shocked when I'm watching episode 6, and then all of a sudden,
they showed her body. I'm like, bro,
yeah, that was crazy. I didn't think that was gonna happen,
dude. And they lingered on it too. I'm like, bro. Whoever directed this is a little sick in the head.
I just like, you know, I'm not a big reactionary guy. You know, I'm not like these reaction channel YouTubers or nothing where if I'm watching something, I mean, man, if it's sad, there might be a couple, you know, single manly tears or whatever.
Right.
But I'm not a yeller or nothing. I'm not, you know, yapping while it's going. And like, you know, Jecki gets 3-hole punched. I'm just like, oh, like I was like, what? But then when Yord gets Nestle crunched, I'm like, what? Like on the couch. Like,
so
it just threw me. I was like, what? Just like I was on my feet. I was like hands on the head, like yelling at the TV.
It was nice to kind of have like a Game of Thrones moment again, where I'm absolutely shocked that a character got killed, and I'm like,
it threw me.
Yeah, no, dude. It was a fun throwback. Like I hadn't felt that watching a TV show in a long time.
And the wild thing is like, you know, usually I let the show run its course. I'd figured, you know, because this is like set in the past, I was like, these characters got potential. Like Jecki's gonna go places in the Jedi Order. Yord's gonna go on a couple of these missions, develop a personality, realizing that following all the rules ain't for it, and that's what's gonna make him the next Grandmaster of the Order or something. You know, I mean, it's like literally when a real person dies, and you're like, all that infinite potential is gone. I'm just like, no, I loved these characters, and it devastated me.
Well, and it's almost like that they were like in the middle of their character development. Like they weren't as full as they could have come on an arc. Right. And it was just like, oh, they're just gone. But
their character arcs didn't conclude. They were just cut. I mean, and devastating.
But that's why I think it worked so well and just made for Chimere coming off as a super formidable opponent.
Yeah.
And just making a instantly iconic impact on the fandom.
Yeah, Yord and Jecki are ending up on like my top 10 most shocking anime deaths list. That's all I got to say.
Watch Mojo with Hybrid. Here we go.
Yeah.
You know, who really surprised me this season that really won me over? Like, I liked Soul in the beginning, and like he was a good character, but like I haven't pre-ordered any Acolyte figures, but I'm thinking about getting Soul after that episode 5. And dude, words cannot explain the emotions I felt when Soul's lightsaber gets like, whatever, cortosis or whatever you want to call it. And dude is just like, okay, I'm going to start throwing hands and just start swinging on Chimere. And then I'm like literally yelling like, Soul, like, let's go. Right. And then like right after that, Jecki dies.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And then Chimere says, was that its name? I'm like, bro. I'm like, my emotions were just going, dude, in that scene.
Dude. And then Soul like snapping and just goes off. walking when he kicks Khmer and then he's walking mid stride, bro, and just grabs his saber with the force just without breaking a stride. Dude, it was so good. It was so good. Like masterful storytelling in that episode.
And I love that, like, they're really building Soul up and making the audience like really fall in love with him as, like, you know, of these, he's like the most likable one for sure. Of all the Jedi, at least in my opinion. But like then, like, you start to tear down his character a little bit. Like, they're really making him like a kind of a gray, sort of morally gray character, because like we don't know what he did that was so bad that like he had to cover up or keep secret with the Coven or whatever. Like, and it really, I'm interested to see like how they're gonna handle that like reveal, and like will us as an audience still like Soul by the end of that.
So I think it also like plays into why he's so likable. It seems like he has to like compensate for whatever he did in his past, where he's a little more caring about OSHA and different things like that, has compassion because he knows that he messed up so bad, you know, whatever happened at this place. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to find out.
Next week is our flashback episode. I mean, it has to. I'll say, and this is not a critique, some of what's happened in the show has been very simple formula, you know,
predictable.
Have a big, and predictable is not bad.
It's not. Like, it's really not.
We're going, and I knew after last week, man, this next week is going to be an exposition episode. Our characters are going to regroup and figure out, and that's what this week was, and it was good. And next week, you know, Soul's talking to May, you know, like, hey, I've had 16 years to think about what I'm going to say to you, and OSHA's putting on the helmet to clear her thoughts and reconnect with the Force. We're going to see what happened. You know, OSHA's going to vision it, May's going to get told it. And next week is going to be a what happened to the witches, and then the week after, which is our finale, is going to be the conclusion wherever next week's episode takes us.
No, I really think this series has done a great job overall. Like I don't, dude. The hate online is just so insane to me. I just don't even know.
It's forced. It's all forced.
It's rage baiting. Yeah, they're doing it for clicks. Most of these people don't even give a shit about Star Wars anyway. They know that they can get views and they can get subs if they jump on the bandwagon and talk about this show.
And it's the Star Wars theory effect.
And I've almost seen some people that were maybe in the middle at the beginning starting to come around because of they're seeing all this. Like, dude, what are you guys talking about? Like, honestly, like. I've been posting some of my Acolyte reviews in like Facebook groups, bro. The comments,
terrible,
back and forth, like people defending it to death, people killing it to death, and you can tell the people that are, you know, hating on this show never watched it. Like, they don't even know what's going on, and then you got people that are like, "Yo, we all hate the woke crap, but." This ain't it. Like, this ain't that, you know. It's really weird,
honestly. No, my thing is like,
sorry, go ahead.
This is not a woke show. I mean, it's got some elements in it that every modern show has, but at that point, you may as well just cancel all your subscriptions if it bugs you that bad.
Right.
Have fun only watching the Daily Wire, or like that's all you have at that point.
Like OSHA going like, oh, what are they like to the Basil?
An alien.
You know, like, it's not like OSHA going like, yo, is this boy, is this girl, is this I identify as XYZ?
It's not like in the kids Transformers show where they sat down and talked about Mirage's pronouns to Optimus Prime. Like that to me is super, like, I'm like, okay, that's so forced.
It's rough.
Like, just takes away.
It's just silly at that
and
point.
Everything. It's stupid. But in this show, like Hybrid said, it's an alien.
Right.
Who cares, dude? It's a fake imaginary being anyway. Yeah. Why are you getting so up in arms about
right?
It? Yeah,
They were
I mean,
they were told to get mad, so they're mad. So
I mean, our podcast, when we covered episode 3 of the series, we got like dislike bombed and hate comment bombed, and I showed some of these guys in here. We even got like a DM from like a 12-year-old calling us like slurs and like telling us to kill ourselves. And
that
I'm
was
like,
a whole, I
was like, dude, this is driving people to insanity over a TV. Like, so I'm just gonna, and we weren't even like praising it as the most amazing thing. We were just like, yeah, we're a Star Wars podcast, and we're just gonna talk about the lore and how, you know, what there is worth talking about.
We're gonna actually talk about Star Wars. Like, imagine that.
Insane, dude.
You guys
we're not gonna do a socio-political commentary about like the way this show it impacts future gender politics. Like that has nothing to do with it. It's about Star Wars. It's about the narrative. It's about the characters.
And it's not even what the show is trying to do anyway. Like,
no.
Yeah.
You guys remember in the Phantom Menace when they were on the Federation battleship and Qui-Gon's poking his lightsaber through the blast doors, and Rune Harko's like, they're still coming through. Yeah, screw George Lucas and his identity politics. He said "there" in the Phantom Menace. That's been the problem with this movie for the last 30 years.
Pronouns in my Star Wars? Never.
I mean, it just goes to show the chronically online aspect of it, though. Like, I don't take these people seriously because they're losers in real life. It's incel behavior. Like, I went to a couple stores the other day. You guys know what the Exchange is? Like, it's like a chain of like a buy sell trade store. Yep. There's like the Exchange. I went to GameStop, a couple places, and I'm talking to the employees there, and they're all like, you know, older dudes. Hey, have you seen the Acolyte? Yeah, I saw it. I don't think it's as bad as people are saying. Yeah, me neither. I really like the fight scenes, and that's it. That's all there is. You know what I mean? That's real people having a discussion, because behind the screen, it's so easy to just be a loser, you know. And but when you're talking to real people that have lives outside of typing on this keyboard, it's your priorities in life are much more than just making sure I spew hatred on social media.
Well, that's like you just said. Like, it's pretty sad that you got like a 12-year-old kid that feels like he can just send messages like that to people online.
Well, you know, brainwashed by guys that are using kids like that to make money and make a living off of social media.
Yep. It's the Star Wars theory effect, and I like how people are saying that whenever people say Star Wars theory stuff now.
Wait,
but like
that's from my script.
Right.
Dude,
it's just
insane. His meltdown over Kiadi, I watched that. I knew immediately. I'm like, this dude is probably freaking out right now. And I went in, dude, and it was like a man-child like having a tantrum. Like, legit a tantrum in this room by himself. And this dude is having a legit meltdown over a character's age.
Yeah, he got up, walked away from the chair, coming back, shouting, screaming. I'm like,
dude, he started freaking out on a level. I'm like, bro, you might need to shut the camera off here. Like you're making yourself look bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
Oh my God.
Do you think that's just acting? Do you think it's just
acting?
Dude.
You could tell he was legit upset about it.
I hope
really,
he started like, dude, it was weird. Like, you should go watch, like, just see if you can find a clip of it
on his channel. Just that clip,
dude. It was really like, it's a bad look, man.
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
That's just incredibly sad. And like, I get it. Like, you know, he built his platform off of like specifically like Star Wars shit. So like when it's an irrational thing to get mad about, but at the same time, it's like, well, he is like the Star Wars man, so like whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. None of it makes any sense because it's a stupid thing to get mad about because they change canon all the time, and it's not even changing canon. It's just establishing that in actual canon, he's around at this time.
And he will die on the George Lucas hill. George changed more canon than Disney ever will.
Oh, yeah. George Lucas disregarded every comic book.
I was going to say, like, go get mad at George if you're gonna get mad about stuff, little things like that, like a character's age, because the same thing they were getting mad about that said his age also said he had a purple lightsaber. So what the f- are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here?
Look, I'm sorry. When Disney bought Lucasfilm, they decanonized everything. So Dark Horse Star Wars Comics issue 4762, where Yaddle hired the Max Rebo band to play at Ki-Adi-Mundi's 72nd birthday party, isn't canon, hasn't been canon since 2014. And your promotional CD-ROM from your Burger King Happy Meal in 2000 that the Ki-Adi-Mundi was 67, has a purple lightsaber, and uses the it has also not been canon since 2014. It was not canon since the Attack of the Clones, where they came.
Well, then though, that material, like George Lucas has been on record saying that if it wasn't his movies, then he doesn't consider it canon for the story that he's telling, but he appreciates the stories that other people are telling.
Yeah,
it was G canon back in the day before Disney bought it. G canon, and then the rest. There was the movies, and then if George didn't make it, it was a secondary canon. There was never. I think that's something that a lot of people get twisted, because a lot of us in our 20s and our 30s, we haven't been around for the dark ages before the prequels, and I think it's very important for these people, because there's a lot of like erasure of the history of Star Wars going on.
It's weird, man.
Like, whether it's pretending that the prequels were never hated, to pretending that the Clone Wars was never hated, to things like, Expanded Universe was never considered canon material. Starkiller was never considered canon material. I hate to be that guy, but let's not sit here and pretend that this stuff is canon, or that it just never was.
And at the end of the day, if you want Starkiller to be canon, dude, who cares? Like, it's all in our heads anyway. This is all made up. It's all made up at the end of the day. So dude, it's so wild to me. It's so weird.
If you want to appreciate those old stories, as shitty as a lot of them are, you are more than welcome to. The novels are never going away. Disney is going to republish all those old things because that's a revenue stream. Of course, they have the Legends banner for a reason, and they're continuing to reissue that stuff because there's a market for it, because people want to hold on to it, and that's totally fine. It's all just media. It's all made up. Who cares? Yeah.
It's fake and it's in space.
Exactly.
And if it's the Acolyte, it's gay. So there you go.
Yeah. It's gay and in space.
Yeah. The other thing, and because like you just mentioned media or Star Wars history erasure, about how we're pretending that the prequels were never hated or anything.
Yeah.
Like, something that was kind of disgusting me was after the 5th episode, I was kind of hopping on Instagram. I was looking at Charlie Barnett's and Daphne Keene's pages because, Yord and Jecki got killed off. And I was just wondering if they were posting anything, and they were posting, the day of some behind the scenes, photos they took, hey, now we're out of the show and stuff. And they were getting nasty comments about how, thank God you're off this terrible Star Wars show. Like, let's not forget the sequel Rager, because you guys are acting like the people that bullied Ahmed Best to the brink of suicide. Like, can we chill out a little bit? Like,
so that's something I wanted to mention, was that specifically on TikTok, you'll see a lot of posts where it's like, and again, young white dudes in their late teens, early 20s. They haven't experienced real life. That's the biggest part of it. This is so important to you because you haven't experienced real struggle ever in your life. Okay.
Right.
So, or hard work or anything like that. So they always have, like, when they make these posts about the Acolyte, they always use like a picture of Anakin or a picture of a prequel character and I'm like, no, don't associate my childhood Star Wars with your cringe. Like, no, the prequels were not considered good movies. If you were to make a top 10 movies of all time, none of the prequel trilogy would be anywhere near that. I'm sorry.
Right.
It just wouldn't. And so that's what kills me, is we're pretending just because you grew up with it and you have I have nostalgia for the Clone Wars. I love Meeber Gascon. I love Jar Jar Binks saying to C-3PO in season 1, Misa eyeball stuck in the sleeve while he's trying to put on a Jedi robe. Like,
dude,
but that to most people, that is not considered compelling good Star Wars. But for me, that's what I mean. It's so stupid. It's like, stop pretending that what
Star Wars has always been goofy. That's the thing. Star Wars has always been goofy as shit and silly. Like
Jar Jar and Mace Windu arc in Clone Wars is peak.
Kino.
Peak.
Let's not go that crazy.
Jar Jar
getting laid? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on,
the Ridge Lord himself, Jar Jar?
The Skibbity Ridge Lord Jar Jar?
Bro, he's got that tongue, baby.
So, do you guys want to see something despicable?
Oh, God.
Sure.
So, I got a message the other day from Project Battlesuit on Instagram, drawing this to my attention. Star Wars fans have been this way since the 80s.
Yep.
Oh,
this is...
Yes, this...
You know of this.
Oh, yeah.
This is from some Star Wars, Against the Sith. It was a Star Wars fan magazine. And the people that were running it in January 3rd of 1981 ran this goodbye letter to their audience because they were so disgusted by what happened in The Empire Strikes Back and how it ruined the continuity of the first movie.
Oh my gosh.
Publication of their fan magazine.
Unbelievable.
So I wonder how those same people felt in Return of the Jedi after, Luke and Leia kissed in Empire. And the reveal.
Yeah, there are literally people that think that Luke and Leia like swapping tongues and tonsil boxing was like better than anything we got in the Acolyte.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, dude. I mean, I could go all day, and at some point I'm probably gonna make like a topical video. Like I saw Hendrix did a couple of them. It's just about like just the fandom, and I think it's very.
I've copyrighted the Acolyte, by the way.
What's that?
Talk about the Acolyte. I've actually laid copyright to that one because I made the Acolyte.
Oh, right. Yeah. Litigation will be beginning.
The shit out of you.
I've had Hunter on my channel and Hendrix on my channel. Litigation will be beginning against the
Okay. I see how you
but no, I do want to do a video just like, okay, we are in a very important time in the franchise because we're in this kind of passing of the torch where a lot of our OT guys who grew up with the original Star Wars are starting to age out, okay? And we have a lot of people our age with the prequels. This is the next generation of Star Wars fans that have now become adults. We are the ones who have the big voices online, things like that. I think it's very important that we do not pretend that things were a certain way because we're blinded by nostalgia. I think it's very important that we remember where we came from. We came from bad Star Wars to get what we are, a lot of people our age are calling the worst thing to ever happen to my childhood.
So Tommy, are you telling me this isn't the greatest action figure to ever be produced? Like it isn't just me being nostalgic for my childhood that I like this?
Boba Fett that deadlifts 415 PR for 3. Come on,
bro is a fucking power lifter.
So Cook's got it right on the nose here. I mean, people bullied Jake Lloyd out of acting, and Hayden Christensen was so hated that he went and became a recluse on a farm.
Legit.
In Canada, of all shitty places. And
yeah, why would you want to go there?
Right. And it's to the point that these actors are breaking down crying when they go to their first cons and they realize that they're not hated. And
yeah, that's terrible. It's meaningful, but it's honestly terrible.
They shouldn't have that reaction. They shouldn't have been pushed to such extremes. Outside of my social circle, I have a general belief that Star Wars fans are terrible people.
Yeah,
that's what my wife says. She's like, I don't know how you're a good what section of fan you found group you have found yourself in, but every other Star Wars fan she's ever met has been a complete piece of shit. So.
Yeah, they're just.
I think that the word fan gets thrown around too loosely because everybody that I've met that's in my inner circle with my own channel with these channels, this is more the general Star Wars I would say, the Star Wars fandom, whereas a lot of casuals say that they're Star Wars fans. And I don't want to gatekeep the term or anything like that, but I really think that just because you say, oh, I'm a Star Wars fan, like, so I mean, maybe we're just super fans then,
right.
you know.
Do they have an entire wall of figures like this? Like they have a whole room dedicated to how much they love Star Wars. Like, there's varying degrees there.
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan, except the prequels, and except the sequels, and except everything cartoon, and except anything that Disney's made, and all these Disney Plus shows, and everything. Yeah, I like A New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. I'm a Star Wars fan. I don't like 90% of the entirety screen time of the saga, but I'm a Star Wars.
Fan. The only good Star Wars is the holiday special, so we can get that right out of the way.
Right.
Dude, I hate that. That's the only thing that I hate. I hate the holiday special.
It's so
I don't know.
Ass. I've watched it multiple times.
So did George.
But it's ass.
Yeah, but so did George though. So that makes it okay, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I do want to say one thing, not to bring it back to like a little bit of in-depth, something I noticed in the last episode of the Acolyte. But what do you guys think about, like the next week's episode being a flashback episode? What do you think about the possibility of getting two different stories told at the same time? Like we get May and Osha's story, like more details, more in depth with that. But then I don't know about you guys, but I got mad hints that Kamir was, the Padawan to Venestra.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
So, and I mean, I caught on to it like halfway through the episode when they first put a lot of emphasis on his scar, and it was all curved and ragged. I'm like thinking back, wait a minute, everybody was talking about that lightsaber whip in the trailer, but we haven't seen it yet. And I was like, and then 10 minutes later, you see Venestra use it. I'm like, oh man, that's got to be from the lightsaber whip, that scar up his back, so.
I think it's 100%. Yeah.
I think we'll get two stories being told before the finale. I think we'll get Kamir's story. Either he's gonna tell Osha his story, what happened with him and why, because they're in, I don't know what you want to call it. They're sitting down, by the campfire talking, telling stories basically, because they're kind of stuck on an island, right?
They're to each other, yeah.
Right, and then obviously we'll get Soul telling May, that side of the story. So
right. Well,
I definitely like that idea. Yeah.
I think Osha will probably see what May is being told, through the helmet. She's going to have some visions and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm with you. We're going to see Kamir's backstory too. We're going to go into episode 8, completely caught up, looking for a resolution.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just excited about it all. I don't think that Venestra is a villain. I think that she's covering something up.
She's a representation of what the Jedi become in the prequels.
Right.
I think
she's corrupt.
I honestly think she will be the only one who survives this whole thing
and covers it all up.
And covers it all up, blames it on Soul, that he went crazy because of Osha and May, and that everyone ended up dying, and that's how it ends. I think that
they'll say his attachment to his Padawan corrupted him.
Yep.
And then that'll be totally it.
So do you think Venestra has intentions to kill Soul because he's the only one that knows Kamir, because he's the only Jedi in that?
Yes.
Yeah. Because he's the only one that has seen Kamir and knows his face, knows that he was a Jedi.
So I could see it if Kamir was in fact her Padawan, but got loose, killed all these Jedi, and it would come back to her. Then I think she would definitely kill Soul for that.
Well, she was definitely having some moments when she was seeing, what transpired, and was asking that other Jedi, what he thought happened.
That was
and
her,
then she was just confirming it basically with him, that it was a Jedi that was somebody that she found familiar from the
she
start.
Was kind of making sure like that she could get them all on the same page in a way where it's like, oh, what do you guys think happened here? Like, tell me, and then I'll tell you what I think. Like, that's just very convenient.
No, I think there's got to be something. I mean, completely that's going to blindside us.
I agree.
If like Osha and May, they were kids, so maybe they're just misremembering, like details. I wonder if like Kamir and like Venestra were like there at the Witch Coven,
Right.
Kamir always kind of had like a draw to the dark, and like he like went to the witches, for information, and then that started like between the Jedi and the witches.
Yep.
Like, I mean, it could be. I mean, there's something that the kids are not remembering. They've trauma blocked out of their mind.
I've heard a ton of theories too that like maybe even May or Osha is like a force projection that the other is creating to like, I don't know. Yeah, I've just heard a ton of theories on it. It's very interesting. I think this show has excelled in that although it's been very predictable, I think the real mystery of everything is very unknown as to like what actually happened that night. Like, I think we were led to believe Chimere or the stranger was the mystery, figuring out who he was. But that was just a kind of a misdirect, and we really need to know what actually happened that night, because obviously May doesn't think she started that fire, like clear as day. So
yeah.
No, May feels betrayed and doesn't realize he's betraying, No, again, there's something that we just have not seen anything of. Something else that I'm really interested in seeing. Leslie Headland said, I think it was a tweet, like in the last couple of days, that there is a reason that Kamir's theme sounds like Kylo Ren's theme, and that it will be revealed by the end. And I'm just like, okay, this is the origin of the Knights of Ren. Like, come on, like that's a no-brainer. But like, I'm here for that. Like, they have been so unexplored, and and tell me the origin of the Knights of Ren. I'm here for it.
Even as someone who doesn't care for the sequels, I'm here for it as well. Like the cool parts of the sequels that I like, I would like to see fleshed out a bit more.
Well, and the thing is they said, I don't know if it was a comic or a book or something, but they've said in the canon that the Knights of Ren predate the Clone Wars and stuff. They've always been out there. They're a very small group of people that have the Force, and and like Kamir says, well, the Jedi might call me a Sith, meaning he doesn't call himself a Sith. He's starting a dark side cult, is what it is.
And the fact that he said he doesn't have a name, if he was directly a part of the Rule of Two, now you could argue that he wouldn't admit that. But if he was a Rule of Two lineage, he would have a Darth title.
Right. Right. He would absolutely have a name.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and his beliefs that he expresses too, just with like him basically being, saying like, I just want to be left alone and just like use the Force the way I want it. Right. That could explain like why the Knights of Ren were never involved with events in the Clone Wars or, the Galactic Civil War, because they just wanted to be left alone. Basically, that they weren't going to get involved in a galactic-wide conflict because they weren't directly Sith.
Right.
Yeah.
They have no motivation to get involved. It's better to stay under the radar in that.
Well, and I've even heard that the Knights of Ren wanted the Jedi and the Sith both extinct. Like they wanted their own Force. Just everyone be able to use the Force. Really.
Right.
And the thing is, it's a really big galaxy too. So like, okay, the Knights of Ren could be like off doing whatever, and not directly involved in like doing, be completely involved in all these different matters. Like, and they may not necessarily have to cross paths with any Jedi or Sith. So.
Right. No, that's something where like people were saying, you know, when it was shown that Osha and Maeve were made through the Force, and they were like, it devalues the story of Anakin Skywalker, immaculate Force conception.
That was the dumbest shit I think I've ever heard.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like, this is a galaxy of like millions of billions of people. Like, if Anakin was one of 1,000 kids that were made, you know, using the Force, he is still below 1% of the galaxy. Like, he is still an incredibly rare find.
And he still was the chosen one.
Right. And I mean, and
that doesn't matter. Yeah.
Right. And the thing is I mean, like, May and Osha were made by the Force being manipulated. You know, the idea of the chosen one is no one manipulated it. The Force did it on its own, which it generally doesn't do.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, things are so bad that the Force was like, yo, we need a hero.
Well, and it would make sense too that everybody who'd be involved with, you know, knowing who May and Osha are ends up dying. That you know, the Jedi and Phantom Menace wouldn't even know about it. You know,
right.
Event so that a child became of the Force without a father. You know.
And it also,
something like, I've seen that like people getting mad over the Ki-Adi-Mundi thing and his line in the prequels. And I feel like people are forgetting that the whole point of his line in the prequels is that he's wrong.
Right.
Yeah. Right. You know, they're in Attack of the Clones. They're sitting across from a Sith Lord, and they just didn't know it because they were in the dark. They didn't know.
And people are acting like his line is like, well, the Sith can't be around at this time. They're extinct. You know, Ki-Adi-Mundi says they're extinct. He's wrong. The whole point is that he's wrong.
Yeah.
And that they are still around. So why wouldn't it make sense that we see one, you know, hundreds of years earlier? Like, it's so weird to me.
Ki-Adi's in this little group of Jedi that are like, we don't know what's going on, and we don't want political, you know, fallout on this. So let's keep this a secret for now. So who's to say that he doesn't agree with Vernestra to swear to secrecy over this or something?
Also, just not to mention, I along those lines, I saw so many people being like, well, how did the Jedi not know that's a Sith? Didn't they get taught about the Sith at the temple? I'm like, dude, they haven't seen them in 900 years. Why would, what do you think they taught in Sith 101? If they wear black and they have red lightsabers, then they're a bad guy. It's like,
the High Council,
the bad guy.
What are you talking about, dude? Like,
didn't realize.
So cringe.
Guys, we have another guest. Another one. We have Jacob of the 1313 podcast.
Oh,
he's big, he's red, and he's here.
I've been sitting down there for like 5 minutes.
Bro's just a voyeur. He's just watching us.
Because I'm like getting back. I just went and picked up a friend from work, and then I'm like chilling here, just made some dinner. I was like, oh, the boys are still live. I was like, Tommy said he was doing that. I was like, wait, that link is definitely in my email. So let me toxify this.
So are you like counting down the days until you get to give Mark Thompson some sloppy toppy in person, or like?
I can neither confirm nor deny what I will do to that man. But I am excited to see him.
Talk to me like you're narrating an audiobook.
You're just like bugging him for his voices, like, do Luke, do Han. You know?
the entirety of ICCC is going to be Jacob going, do the roar. Do the roar.
Like, hey, buddy.
Dude's going to be like, record my voicemail for me.
Yeah.
He's done that. He's done that for people. He did that for Starlight Digest, so basically.
Oh, man.
That's cool.
That's wild. Y'all got a double hit of guests. I mean, that's great.
I couldn't believe it.
It helped that I was just the entire time I was like, Thrawn.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, Menace, you didn't donate to our stream. What the fuck?
Well, quality. I'm glad that you're enjoying the discussion. So,
fake fan.
But no, I mean, like, this is gonna be good. Like, every day I'm getting more excited for ICCC.
15 more guests to be revealed.
I'm hyped.
Yeah,
dude.
No.
I just want ICC to be here, dude. Like, I don't want to wait like 2-3 more months.
You have
Hey,
3
dude,
months,
like,
right?
I
3
need that
months,
for
yeah.
budgetary reasons.
Well, and like
Yeah, that is
last
true.
year, we were there like 2 weeks ago last year, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it feels like it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm excited though. So because of the way that my program is scheduled, because I'm here for 6 months, I get 6 days I can call off. I'm like, fuck, do 4 of them have to go to ICC?
Dude, all I know is this trip's going to be dangerous because last time I flew, so I was limited by my bag size. And, dude, I even had my Hot Toys Clone Pilot as my carry-on. So, like, it was in a box, dude, under my arm, tucked under. That was my carry-on.
No,
so, like, now that I'm driving and I basically have, like, limitless space, now it's a little dangerous.
That was me last year. Like, I was just buying stuff, taking it out to the car, buying stuff, taking it out to the car.
Same.
Like, it was wild. Like, I think Zach from Black Series Cantina was like, dude, I would turn around and you had like stuff under both arms. Like, well, I gotta go to the car.
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder if they'd be against me. I wonder if they'd be against me bringing like a shopping cart, dude.
That'd be funny as fuck. You
Just get one of those like little ones that they have
just
at
get
Walmart.
Just get like one of those fold-up ones I can like put in my car and just like fold that sucker open and.
No, we pull up to Sam's Club. We get one of their extra large ones. We thief it, and then you just pull that.
Wait, so couldn't I just bring like one of those red wagons in and just
I was
like
gonna say a wagon,
fill that sucker
Radio
up?
flyer.
Yeah, you look like
yeah.
look like one of those Funko signers that pull up with their wagon of Funkos to get 20 of them signed by some person.
My god.
Yeah,
I'm going
those
to
are terrible.
incinerate every Funko booth that I see at any con I go to going
The
forward.
worst.
I
Yeah,
have not been
exactly.
seeing as many.
Yep.
I've not been seeing as many Funko booths lately at cons. It used to be you'd go to a con and there would be like 5 or 6 like jumbo Funko booths.
Right.
I just don't see that anymore. And I mean, I think
There's
the
just-
Beanie Baby bubble has burst a little bit.
The money's not as much, not flying as much as it used to.
Yeah.
What you won't find at ICC? Doc Ondar.
Well, it's a Star Wars con, so we might, but
Log weighty.
Oh, wait.
Ooh,
oh, okay.
are Doc Ondar and Frog Lady going on a date?
Will.
Ooh.
They're gonna go to the pool at ICC Con.
All right.
They are going to go to the pool.
Yeah, and then they're gonna complain on it on a stream later that it was too cold and that they didn't like being there.
She's whispering
Fucking
sweet
Zach.
nothings in my ear. I got to send her away.
This is the officially licensed cursed Kanan Jarrus plush.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh,
Freddie Prinze, can you sign
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I've seen ads for that on Temu, like recently, for that Kanan doll.
you guys know Mr. Meaty from like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Yeah.
It's like a Mr.
No.
Meaty ad.
Yeah.
I saw this on Amazon like 2 years ago. I was just looking for Rebel stuff, and I was like, "What is that?" Like
That's
that was
Kanan if
horrible.
he never lost his mewing streak. That's what that is.
He has that Skibbity Ohio ring.
Oh man.
Sigma Kanan.
He's a Sigma. Look at that jawline.
Dude's built like a baked bean.
Bro's ready for E-pose.
All right, guys, it's time to break out the big boy kibble. You already know what
Hey,
time it is.
Yo.
Those smack.
So when Jacob and I worked
I'm
at Lens
addicted to those.
Crafters together back in PA, there was an Ollie's at the end of the plaza that our Lens Crafters was in, and they got a bunch of those in at the Ollie's, and they were $4.99 for the big bags. So I just kept buying them, and we would make ourselves sick every single day because we would eat
Oh
like
my gosh.
17 servings worth.
They're
of,
so
like,
good.
Yo.
gummy
That
clusters.
is
That's terrible.
They're like crack, dude. They must sprinkle some meth in there or something.
I
Dude,
know.
they're great.
It's like how dogs eat like dog food every day, like it's like the best shit ever. That's this. It's little boy kibble. I'm just like, oh.
This
Yeah.
where Jackson got his love of eating a 30-pound bag of Sour Patch Kids on the way to ICCC.
As far as like non-chocolate candy goes, that might be my favorite. That's the
Bro,
best.
hot take.
Either this or it's Sour Patch.
Hot take. Chocolate overrated. Bro, I do not like chocolate.
Wait, you just don't like it?
No.
I was like, oh, what?
I don't like it. It's not good. Unless Reese's, it's got to be a Reese's.
Yeah, there you go.
I was going to say, it's got to be a Reese's or a Snickers, or I don't want it.
Like, so have you been diagnosed yet with autism or what?
Yeah, actually, I have.
He's got a touch. Boy's got a touch.
Dude, Hendrix was just like the Star Wars fandom watching the Acolyte. Chocolate? I don't like it.
This thing that everybody loves and thinks is great? Not me.
Not me.
I'm a dark chocolate and almonds guy.
Oh.
Ooh. Well, that's another awful take from the cheese prince himself. Way to go, Hunter.
Oh man.
Come on.
In Edinburgh, I shot a documentary on this chocolate shop, and the lady there makes her own dark chocolate, like fresh. It is the only dark chocolate I'll eat. It is actually really, really good there. Everywhere else, it just tastes like barbecue dick. And don't ask me how I know that.
It tastes so bad. Like,
bro, what?
Dark chocolate is like regular chocolate. I could like choke down, but dark chocolate, bro, I'm throwing up.
Milk chocolate's so sweet it like hurts my teeth almost. It's so sweet.
What?
That's called cavities. That's literally called. You need to
go to the dentist.
No. I don't have any cavities.
Evan, my guy.
Fucking carbonate. It's more like a Nestle Crunch.
I have been waiting, and I have not seen the TikToks. You know the trend, the Nestle Crunch. Nestle Crunch. I've been waiting for something to do it, and then have Yord do like the scream, like when you're supposed to pull your cat away, or Soul, I mean, do the scream. Like, insane. Oh man. So all right. So here's my chocolate take. So y'all are doing good. Earlier today, I revealed whether I like Coke or Pepsi. My chocolate takes are basic. I don't generally like chocolate bars that have a ton of stuff in it, like Snickers, Milky Way. Twix is okay. But I mean, if I want chocolate, I want chocolate. I don't want a bunch of other bullshit. Like,
I would shove a Snickers bar up my ass. Them shits are so good, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They are.
Milky Way, that shit's fire, man.
Dude.
Twix.
Take 5 is my new favorite right now. Take 5.
They're good.
Take 5s are good.
Well, they're better now because they're Reese's.
If you say Three Musketeers, you have a mental illness. Like those things are fucking terrible.
Do you remember when Take 5 wasn't owned by Hershey and Reese's? Like you didn't have peanut butter in it back in the day.
Yeah,
it was different.
It was just nuts.
I'm blanking
on a bar of nuts.
I'm blanking on the brand, but they do like all the fundraisers for the local schools here.
I know what you're talking about.
Or something like that.
Flat rectangle. They're long. They're skinny chocolate bars.
Dappins.
Are you talking about the gold wrapper ones?
No, they're in a white wrapper.
Isn't it called World's Finest?
Maybe.
Dappins is like an R region.
I'm gonna look it up quick.
This just sounds like some Midwest shit. Like,
it
is.
I've only ever seen like the gold wrapper for like school fundraiser. I don't know what brand it is, but
Wonka.
Tommy, you know what we on?
No.
I can't see your Dappins, baby.
Yeah, that is the World's Finest.
What the fuck is that?
Bro's holding up the sun to the camera.
So you know Ghirardelli chocolate?
Yeah.
Here in Springs, there's a Ghirardelli ice cream store, and they do like Ghirardelli like milkshakes, and they're like straight up the best milkshakes I've ever had. It's just an orgasm in a cup. It's so good.
Oh, bro, you got to check out Gideon's, the cookie place in Springs.
I would, but there's a mile long line, and I'm not about a rope drop for a fucking cookie. So
no, don't do that. No, but they have a second location that is not busy. It's not nearly that busy. I believe it's just in like the city of Orlando.
These Daffins chocolate bars they've been doing, they have one where it's pretzel, where it's just crushed up pieces of pretzel inside of the chocolate bar. And I can fuck those up. I could buy a case of them and they wouldn't last long, so I don't.
Bro.
My latest Fat Boy discovery, bro. My latest Fat Boy discovery is at Epcot in France. They do there's an ice cream shop, and they will do an ice cream sandwich on a brioche bun. So they will cook you this warm piece of bread, and you get caramel ice cream with caramel drizzle on it, bro. Oh my gosh, it's a godsend. Because you got this toasty bread with this ice cold ice cream in the middle. Game changer. Plus, the caramel sauce, they draw a little Mickey with it, and it makes you feel special.
I'd try it. I would try it.
No, it's so good.
Yeah.
Some of you fucks got to come back down to Disney after ICC.
Oh, bro, I'm going in September.
Dude, let me know when you're here.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm here till January.
I'm staying on property, so like you'll probably see me around.
Okay. I work the parking lot of Hollywood Studios, so if you go there,
oh hell yeah, oh yeah, I'll look for you.
Also, Hybrid, you always made jokes about Disney parking lot sucks for a film. So
I hear you're liking it, which is good.
Oh, not only am I liking it through the Disney contacts now, I have Dave Filoni's phone number in my phone. So go fuck yourself.
Send him a dick pic. Send him a dick pic.
No, I mean, because like a part of me was just like, because I'm just picturing you walking around, you know.
Have you seen what I wear?
I haven't. I'm picturing you like in like the world's largest, flattest concrete, you know, no shade whatsoever.
There isn't.
Like,
it's
dude,
terrible.
have like a drop of pigmentation, like you're gonna be like red in like an hour because I've lived in Florida and it's miserable.
Oh,
it seems they're taking care of you, which is good. But I was just like, wow, like you couldn't. There's not enough money in the world for me to stand in a Florida parking lot in July.
I get pretty rad. So this is the fit on the daily. If it'll come on, expose.
Can't see shit.
Come on, there it is.
Hey,
hey,
looking highly.
Here is George.
I know, man in the yellow hat. Dude. Apparently, okay. So this is
nice
new.
Matt, the radar technician cosplay.
Yeah.
So up north, I guess everybody is utterly repulsed by gingers. The amount of times I've been catcalled and hit on while at work is insane.
Yeah, because gingers disintegrate in the Florida heat.
Yeah, apparently I'm an odd commodity. It was oh no, there's me and a group of people that are all talking because Magic Kingdom is about to open up a tattoo shop. We're like, do we all get traffic cone tattoos? Because that'd be funny.
Honestly, yeah.
So I'm working. There's this position. It's called courtesy. Basically, I stand at the front and I get like a pin trading cone and I have all the buttons. So if it's somebody's birthday or first time, I'm giving out buttons. I'm trading pins with people. I'm basically just welcoming people to the park. It's a lot of fun. I like it a lot.
Heck yeah.
I'm not there for 5 minutes the other day. I have this lady come up. She's like maybe early 40s, late 30s. Her daughter's maybe early 20s or like 19. And then her son is like 12. And then they're basically asking me directions back to their car. I'm helping them out and letting them know where to go. And they're like, oh, okay, thank you. And then the mom goes, oh my gosh, I just love your hair. Your hair is so pretty. And then the daughter goes, oh my gosh, and your eyes. I just love your eyes. And then this 12-year-old boy goes, my family wants to fuck you. And I was like, I was like, what do you say to that? I'm like, have a magical day. Like, what the fuck?
I'd be like, let's go.
And then like they're leaving and they're
give you a magical experience at Disney.
Fuck no, dude. But no, I'm really, really enjoying it. My favorite part is at night I have like these little like light rods to direct traffic. And every time there's a little kid with a lightsaber, they see mine and I just spin it and they're like, and then I fight little kids and I always let them win and I die in extravagant matters. I had this one kid run me through and then I was just like, and then I just laid on the ground for like 10 minutes until he left. I can't break character. And then I get a call from my coordinator and they're like, Jacob, why are you on the ground? And I was like, I'm making magic. Don't worry about it. Later until they left. But
that's awesome.
I love Commander Cook. He's going to bed.
Oh, loser.
Bye, see you later, Cookie.
Ooh. He said Taco Bell and it reminded me. So Taco Bell has this new Cheez-It Crunch Wrap. It's a Crunch Wrap with a Cheez-It, no shot, this big in it. It is fucking amazing.
It is. Yes.
Good. Tommy, you have to get it. It's life-changing.
I'm trying not to eat Taco Bell right
Tommy.
now. I got a couple more LBs to lose before
My brother in Christ, cheat day. My brother in Christ, cheat day.
Tommy,
I've been sweating off a lot of weight. I got here and I was like somehow like 195. I'm like down to 170. I've been sweating all my weight off.
Florida will do that to you.
Tommy, we got to get together here in a couple of weeks. Like your Taco Bell cheat day for the Target drops of everything. Everything Star Wars coming is street dated for July 1st.
Oh shit! I gotta go to Target.
Yeah, the mall, the Micro Galaxy Mall Infiltrator, the Micro Galaxy Ghost.
I forgot about the Mall Infiltrator Mandalorian. Oh, I gotta get that Mall Infiltrator.
The R5 and Pit Droids pack.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I didn't get that on pre-order. I
want to get that R5 finally.
Target exclusive, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Because no, there's no Target on Disney property. Because, like, if it's on Disney property, I can get a discount. So I'm like,
Tell them to build you a Target.
Well, okay, so there is a Target. So I live in this place called Flamingo Crossing, and right across from me there's the Flamingo Crossing Villa, and it's like a little shopping center. And there's a Target there. I just don't think they do discounts. But granted, they've just had a Pike swinging on the peg there since I've been here, so I'm not hopeful of them getting anything new.
Well, there's been nothing mainline since that set either, though. Like, just there's nothing that's come to replace it. Being a Target exclusive, on the 21st, every Target across the country is going to have a case. Like,
and the employees are going to have no idea what it is, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess we'll go hunt for it in the back."
Right? You just got to show up with your DPCI, and they'll find it.
Yeah, some fat, sweaty morons come up to you right when your shift starts, bright and early, and they go, hey, I'm looking for a couple toys here. Make sure you get a good one with the good corners on the box.
I need the one with the best paint apps. Okay.
Have I wrestled a gator yet? No, I have not wrestled a gator. I'm making my way to the Everglades soon. But I'd have this really dumb fucking joke that, when there's people in the car with me, every time I see a body of water, I will stop mid-conversation, just go, what if there's a gator in there? And I say that, but then one time I'm driving to work. There's a bridge that goes over a river, right at Hollywood Studios. And I was like, "When did you gator there?" Well, there was a gator on the side of the road the other day. I was like, so I had to call somebody and be like, "Yeah, we got a gator on property. We need you to come get it."
Insane.
And then they came and got it. Those do I joke and I wonder if there's a gator. Everybody's telling me assume that there's a gator in every single puddle that you see because there probably is.
Correct.
I want to play
the people that swim in water in Florida that is not a swimming pool. I don't know if I should be impressed or shocked.
Those are the people that when you see a news story that says Florida man did this, that's that guy.
Yeah. Oh, we also. Yeah, if you want to be a Florida man, you have to fight gators and snakes.
I've already done snakes. I've picked up snakes while I'm down here. That's easy.
Well, the water thing with the water in Florida is, the thing is the average human adult is big enough that a gator's probably not going to mess with you unless you get right up on it. If you're
hungry,
if you're 100 yards down the beach from it, it's probably not going to come your way. But
if it's a blood and you throw up crip, it's coming.
The water moccasins are sneaky and they're everywhere, and they'll be under the water when they get you. Sometimes they're on the surface. That's if they're just I'm going to freak them out before I bite. Usually they're under the water.
Have you ever been got by a water moccasin hybrid?
No, I'm not dumb. I don't go in water in Florida. So, no, I actually worked at a beach bar in high school for a big inland lake that had both gators and moccasins. And I would not get in that water. And we had all these beach chairs that would, be out on the beach, right? And throughout the day, people would bring them out into the water so they could sit in waist deep water. And at the end of the day, it was always my job to go get them. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting in this inland Florida lake water. And so I would find a kid who would been there swimming throughout the day and be like, yo, here's $2 if you want to go bring them up and I'll give you a Coke. And they were always happy to do so. I used many a child as gator bait while living there. And I will do it again.
The statement of I used many a child is crazy. I did not know we had donkey disrespect in our chat today.
Yeah, honestly. So here at Talking Toys with the boys, we roll different. I'm just saying.
It's a team party in here, apparently, dude.
Just dicking balls everywhere. We're all built like the average Discord moderator, so it shouldn't be a shock.
Speak for yourself.
Some of us are Discord mods.
Well, fellers, We've been running for a while. Does anyone?
2 hours and 28 minutes. I've been here for like 30.
You know, we're only halfway to Zoo Boy hours. You know,
Yeah, this is a drop in the bucket for me.
Fucking rookie numbers for Wilbon over here.
Honestly, we got to compete with Monday Night Figure Bowl. So, who wants to spend the next hour and 40 minutes showing off their recent pickups?
Me, dude, I'm ready. Let's go.
Hey, I probably got enough. I probably have enough that I could make it last
for at least a half hour.
We got enough people here to make it last that long.
So. The best is when people leave my show, come back, Zoo Boy is still doing recent pickups. Like somebody's they left for 40 minutes and then they came back. He's still going. Yeah. Oh,
dude,
his recents this week, I believe, lasted about an hour.
Yeah, I love it, dude. I'm on third shift this month, so if there's a Monday night that I'm off, I'll let you know because I want to see a pushing 6 hour stream.
Hey,
you're welcome to be a part of it. We'd love to have you on, Tommy. That'd be a blast.
All right, let's.
Well, am I starting?
No, Jacob's ready to go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, damn. All right, just making mine look like ass.
You got BD. And he's my little boy, and I love him so much.
Beautiful.
I love him dearly.
I might have to get that BD one.
I got that, and then I wonder if this motherfucker's on. I gotta double check real quick. All right.
Oh my god, I'm buying that. I'm so buying that when I go.
You petted it, purrs.
Yo.
That's pretty cool.
So there's this really cool place for me called Cast Connections. If you're a member on our channel, you see I did a vlog there already. But every so often they have this thing, it's called like Mickey's Treasure. If things are slightly damaged or like something in the park, they go to us for 75% off. I got this for $14.
Yo.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to have to send you on a shopping spree. Like there's things in the
You have to do that off the record, buddy. I can't. I'm not allowed to do that.
This is a between. I mean, nothing nuts, but like I need some chance cubes. I'm just saying.
Oh, I finally found them. I found exactly where they are.
I saw that in your vlog.
Mm-hmm. But I got those. Ooh, I've been obtaining every Oga's menu. So when I got here, somebody had the old one that I did not grab in when I was down here before, and they just rolled out a new menu that has this smiling Lothcat cup. And of course, I got the Lothcat cup, and I also have the Yub Nub mug. So I got those, and then off of Kylo, I bought some of the Star Wars Starbucks mugs. So I have Mustafar, Coruscant, and Jakku.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I have this. So we have Corksicle down here, and I actually really like these for water. It's got like a rubber bottom, so it doesn't slide at all, and like the sides have like this really cool texture. And this will keep ice in it for like this is. I bring this to the park every time.
Is it ribbed for her pleasure?
Oh, definitely. And then to match, I got myself a Magic Band.
Nice.
That's dope.
And then I got this bag for the anniversary of Phantom Menace.
Heck yeah.
Bag, and then on that I have myself a little tauntaun if it'll ever expose properly. Doesn't really want to, but I have like a little tauntaun that hangs.
Dopeness monster.
Awesome.
And then I think the final thing is I have this. It's a little Ahsoka. It's called like a new emo or something.
Oh man, right in the jar.
Well, it's cool because it's posable. It's posable.
Oh, okay.
So I have a rubber band on it, and I'll attach it to my bag strap when I go to the parks, and I'll bring Ahsoka with me.
There you go.
I was seeing a bunch of girls do it, and I was like, okay, that's kind of hype, so I started doing it.
Hell yeah.
All right. I guess I'll just work from top to bottom. Wilbon.
All right. So I got some fucking dead scale, as some people call them. You know, their HasLab still hasn't finished backing, so it really is dead.
I didn't know McDonald's put that one back in rotation yet.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I actually really like it. I get them as desk buddies. Like I don't.
Dude, their Vader is so good.
It's really good.
That's Dark Times Vader.
Yeah,
that's the A New Hope one that just dropped.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Like it's got the robe over the armor, if it'll focus.
Oh, nice.
So pretty cool. I wanted a Vader on my desk, and I heard great things about it. So, and I didn't want to get the Duels In 2-pack. I didn't want to spend $40 on Happy Meal bullshit. Speaking of cheap ass figures, this was $10 on Amazon. It's the vintage R2. Good little desk, buddy.
I wish I would have got him for $10.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, yeah, add to cart, bro. And then not bullshit dead scale. We got the Figuarts Jabeam Kenobi in.
Ooh, sick.
Banger.
That's a banger.
I can get it to focus.
I brought my Figuarts Anakin down here with me. I needed to have him.
There we go.
Boom.
Yeah. Just a great figure. Love the alt hand. There's just so many hands. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it was $30 on Ami. Like, you can't beat that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Damn.
Black Series prices, dude.
Right.
Unbelievable.
This light is
And I've talked about this figure before, and I'm going to talk about it again because it's my favorite 1/12 scale Star Wars figure that I own.
Dude, it is so good.
That Mayfix
Like-
Bo-Katan is incredible.
So good.
I'm gonna at some point get it here.
It's worth every penny in my opinion. It's a great action figure.
Actually put it on one of his deals of the day the other day for like $80.
Oh yeah, that's I got it shipped for $80 from Ami. So like if you can get it, if you can get it free shipping, $80, absolutely go for it. But if you're a Dragon Ball Z head, I got
yeah.
Super Saiyan Gohan with like his Piccolo look or whatever.
That's sick.
From the Cell Saga. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Figuarts Dragon Ball stuff. I don't get them often because
it's so good.
They're pricey, but they are such good figures, man.
Yeah.
That's funny. I collect the SH Figuarts Naruto stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. My brother-in-law is getting into that now. Like, he's just now, like, because he's a big Naruto fan, but he never collected figures. But he's seen all this and is like, okay, you got some cool stuff. I'm gonna start collecting toys now. So, but he's a big Naruto fan, so that's what he's starting to dip into. But that's all I got.
All right. It's your time to shine, Shouty.
Huh? I literally have nothing. I haven't gotten anything in like the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Show us your ass.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.
All right. I'll try to go quick. I got some cool stuff from Justin from Out of the Basement. I bought some stuff from him. Small lore dump. This is Chief from Halo 4 in his cryo tube.
Oh, that's
because
sick. Oh, that's cool.
half the ship in Halo 3 at the end gets split in half through like a slip space, and Chief gets left behind, so he gets frozen in a cryo tube to like preserve him. That's what it is.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Also on the Halo theme, there's a lot of Halo pickups, hence my Halo shill.
Hey, anything from 1 through 3, I'm in. Oh, that's awesome.
Needler. Oh, you got the Needler. I thought
Needler.
When that dropped, I thought so hard about getting it because I got the Mando pulse rifle. It was either that or I wanted to get the gun from Alien. I ended up getting either, though.
I literally sit here with the Chief helmet that Tommy and Jackson got me in my Needler in this energy sword, and I'm freaking Master Chief, dude. Just in my basement.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, man.
What else do we get here? I'm getting into Captain America because Hybrid got me on Captain America, so I got this guy from Pulse.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's the Bucky Barnes comic one. I have a big one, so you can't call me a cloner because I picked this up.
Oh, I will never not call you a cloner.
Oh,
hell yeah.
That's a W.
Dude,
dub.
This thing is epic.
Yeah,
I didn't know it had lights and sounds for the longest time. So it has like.
Hey, the Falcon's in Revenge of the Sith, so that's technically a prequel vehicle.
You're so true. You're so true. You cloner.
I don't know if you can hear it.
Nah, but I know what it sounds like. We have that. We got that because some dude that we went to church with was like, I have this and don't really want it anymore, and he gave us that and a bunch of like TVC figures, like just for free.
That's cool.
The thing is awesome. And then I just got some other small little Halo stuff that Ross has been very kind to me. I've been getting stuff like these battle packs, like come with like a mongoose and a ghost. I got this for like $12. I picked Hybrid up one.
Yep.
And then I've been even getting like the figure packs with like this Marine on the back.
That's cool.
I got a Marine and a Grunt for like $6. And yeah, I've just been doing really well with the Halo stuff lately.
I love finding stuff from other lines at Ross that's like cool, but not like that I would want to spend full price on. It's just a great way to dabble in lines that I'm not into.
I'm more into the 7-inch line, but these were like, you know, when you're talking $6, it's hard to not pick it up.
Right.
But other than that, I have an unhealthy amount of clone droid 2-packs. And that's it. Oh wait, actually,
where's your 212, bro? Where's the airborne?
Where the heck? Oh, I got a murder weapon. Look at this thing. This is a Hot Wheels die-cast sandcrawler. Look at this in my hand, dude.
Not gonna lie, you held that up. I thought you had a tiny claymore for a second. I was like,
dude, this thing is solid, like die-cast metal, dude. You could throw this through a window easy. And then why would you? so I've been looking for the newest wave of because I collect the Hot Wheels ships. I also got the Mando Gauntlet Fighter.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
And the wings fold up, and it doesn't sit without the stand on the ground like this. I wish it would, but it doesn't.
Cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have basically every ship from that line up until like the newest releases, even like the SDCC release from Mattel that's coming out is the Naboo like royal ship. That's an awesome like Phantom Menace display with like in front of it has Qui-Gon dueling Maul. So that's gonna be a cool one. I'm gonna make sure to get that. But other than that,
I don't collect them, but like I'm gonna be grabbing that SDCC one. It's just a cool presentation.
Other than that, I have a huge big bad order that's showing up this weekend, but not yet.
Yeah, I added something to my pile of loot, and I'm like waiting for 1 or 2 more things to come off pre-order, and then I'm gonna ship that thing. So
ship that thing, cuzzo.
Ship that thing.
Hey.
I'm ready for Hendrix to absolutely flex the fuck on me.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. What are we about to see? That's about
we have a
preface,
hot toy.
To preface, I haven't been on a live stream in probably 3 months. So I got some stuff here that I got a lot of stuff. This is not like what I got in the last week. This is like 3 months worth of stuff here.
Hendrix is about to hit us with the fattest money spread of all time.
So to start, we of course have the Vales Banger, the 212 Airborne. We also do have the Acolyte Wave in as well. We got Yord. Probably should turn his head a little bit there. More accurate.
Yeah.
Hashtag Yord. Hashtag Yord Morg.
I do have Jackie as well.
Get the 3-hole punch. Name? All right, what size drill bit do you need to Dremel out the 3 holes?
During the review, I almost pulled out the drill. I still have to review Soul here, but he looks great as well. I did get the whole wave, but May and OSHA are a little boring in my opinion, so I'm not going to review them. I do have this custom that I kind of threw together of the Stranger, Chimere, and I thought it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, that's a banger.
I was about to say, bro just says threw it together, dude. That looks awesome.
Well, so the helmet was painted by the Toxic Collector on Instagram. I also have the Hot Toys Anakin, episode 2.
Hell yeah.
It looks so good.
I'm really excited to review that figure. I'll be right back real quick.
Oh, fuck.
Bro's got to go
the hot toy boxes, dude. On the left, look at all those.
Just casually flex these.
No,
I got this guy.
No.
The head sculpt on this is immaculate. It is just beautiful.
I'm so sad I don't have
I feel so poor, dude. I'm like, yeah, I got like my helmet and like my 3 figures here with me. I bought a bag.
Also got Mace.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Hey, yo.
Remember I said fattest money spread?
You weren't kidding. Yeah.
I can't wait to show you all my clearance haul.
Hendrix, you have to do like a picture where you like stack Hot Toys on your arm. Like this.
Bro's got a mortgage. Bro's got a mortgage payment in his recent pickups over here.
This is probably the most hype thing I've gotten in the last few months. This Tobey Maguire custom Hot Toys, absolutely insane. It has rooted hair. It is immaculate. Just an amazing figure. So, yeah, that's what I got.
Museum.
Amazing.
So that's pretty much it.
And Mops Expo.
There you go.
Yeah, casually.
That's one thing I got.
Great figure.
Oh, of course.
I'm getting her this weekend in my pile.
Dude, it's so good. I'm getting I have the Mafex Ahsoka coming in as well. Pretty hyped about that.
Heck yeah.
Dude, I get to do one thing with that figure that not a lot of people get to do. I get to put that Mafex Bo-Katan on my 3D printed throne.
Ooh.
That's good.
Yep.
That'll be good.
All right. So I'm one of many that got these this week, but I got the 212 Airborns.
Hold them up.
I gave them a little light weathering already just because I just can't picture a clean Airborne. You know, they always have a little, and I'm not the kind of guy to get a new figure and just immediately be like, yo, customize it. But that's what I did.
You did some modifications with the head too.
Yeah, I modded. So I took the helmet off, and the head had like no articulation to it, you know, because like it was like a sideshow head or something that they shrunk down for this one instead of just using the Django head. And so what I did was I like cut it like between the nose and the eyes, and I just cut it completely off. So like it's just from the eyes up inside has the ball joint in it. And so I glued that in, but that way I can actually get like some head articulation because the ball was so deep in the head, it just wouldn't move.
The balls were so deep?
Yeah. Ooh. Through Hunter, I ended up getting a couple of these elites from Ross in his area because mine don't get anything. I'm really digging them. Definitely getting into some Halo figures. It's not going to be a big thing for me. I'm going to have like a little shelf. I also got from him 2 Stormtroopers out of his Starkiller set because he just wanted Starkiller and the accessories. So
there you go.
I got the Stormtroopers through
some nice OT trash.
Right.
Hey, why do you think I didn't want it?
Right. Carbonite in the 1313 Discord, I got a First Order Executioner and a Resistance Soldier.
Hey, it's the 2-pack.
Those were like
if anybody, okay,
2-pack.
On the low key, if anybody needs a Force Ghost 3-pack or the First Order 4-pack or the Creature 4-pack, they're all on discount at Cast Connections. So
I might be in on the First Order.
Let me know, because then I'll just buy it and then like it'll be like a Christmas gift or something for when you come down.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I'll be coming down, so you could just physically give it to me. Like you won't even have to ship it.
So I won an eBay auction the other day, like really, really good. It was like $11. I got the Power of the Force Black Series Han Solo. I'm trying
That's a good one.
Nice.
And like I won it for like $6, and then it had like $5 shipping, so that was great. Hunter found the newest Micro Galaxy Squadron wave at his local Walmart. So what spurred the package of the Stormtrooper and the Elites was the Mace Windu Jedi Interceptor.
It's a good one.
I'm really excited for that.
Bro said everything in my life is going to be the color purple.
Right.
My clones, my lightsaber, my starfighter, everything.
Good color. I picked up at Toy Hio, the only Toy Hio haul I'm going to show here, but just because it's ICCC relevant, for $20 from Buy Sell Trade Ash to Beulah, I got Ayla Sakura. I'm going to get this one signed at ICCC.
I gotta pick one up too to get signed by Amy Allen. That'll be sick.
She's about $20 everywhere. You'll do pretty good there.
Yeah.
And then, so this one might be a pickup for anyone that slept on this one, because I was talking to Ben Taylor in the 1313 Discord the other night, and he was looking for figure recommendations, and he had like 5 he was looking for, and one of them was Jedi Legend Obi-Wan Kenobi, a former Walmart exclusive. So this got marked down to like $20 on Walmart. Those are gone. Those are sold out. He has actually jumped up to about $45 on eBay and other third-party sites.
It's an iconic look.
Amazon has a couple of sellers that still have him for $25 as of Monday. So, like, if you don't have it, go to Amazon now. It's going to double once those sell out.
I like that figure a lot.
It's a great
figure.
Yeah.
I got to say, I mean, like, the Black Series, I mean, like Kenobi or not, the Black Series put in the work on that show. Like, oh, and that's it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah.
But
look at the cups.
Oh, did we lose?
I need that Loath Cat cup.
There we go.
That's awesome.
I was gonna say real quick, the reason I opened that Star Killer pack and Hybrid got them Stormtroopers was just so I could do this.
Oh, that's sick.
I'll make you big.
Make it look like Second Sister's spinning the blade, dude. That's the only reason. Because I had the Dooku one. I needed the Star Killer one, so
I'm gonna straight copy that for my shelf. That's awesome,
dude. It looks awesome. I gotta get her in a good pose because she like spins it behind her back and then like swings it around in the game. So like, you can just do so much posing with her because she has the soft goods now.
Heck yeah.
Hey y'all, peep this. I may or may not have found a female for my life, and she got me this. It's a popcorn bucket.
That's sick.
And
you upturn it right, and the popcorn's in like in the bottom.
So then it sits in here. But the thing is, I bring this back to the park. It's $2 to refill it. It's fucking huge.
All right, female. Was it the mother or the daughter?
Different.
The son.
I've got the mouse droid popcorn bucket over here. So.
We up, boys. We up. Oh, you can't see it. Oh well.
Hey.
I might just bring my mouse droid bucket with me and get that refilled.
You should, because you can.
Right.
Heck yeah. The only cheap thing at Disney.
That's right. Take advantage while you can.
But I guess unless anyone has anything else awesome, I thought we might talk briefly the cantina before we call it.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, next Monday will be like the final hours of the cantina.
Yeah.
And I'll be live, so that'll be a really fun show. We've got the Out of the Basement boys going to be on. Black Series Cantina guys will be on that show, so that'll be a really fun
it's not even. Has it not even hit any stretch goals?
No,
it hasn't even backed.
Oh,
so actually, as of this morning, or was it? Yes, it might be this morning. It hit 7,000. It's at 7,409 now. So that's
what does it need?
It needs 600 more, basically.
Got to get to 8.
Okay.
Just to fund, and then the tiers. We'll see. But.
You just check.
I think it's going to be close.
That's crazy, to be honest.
It jumped 400 today. I mean, and it's got 5 more days. I honestly think it's going to squeak by. It's going.
I think it will.
Do you think people are going to see? Do you think people are going to see that it gets barely funded with 0 tiers, and you're going to have a wave of people like unbacking it because they're not getting all the tiers?
I want Nebron leads.
Possibly. I could see it.
That's kind of what happened with the Rancor, too, where, like, because it was such a slow march to get to fund that people started canceling because they knew they weren't going to get anything else. So
Right. I don't know. I'm in a weird place with it because, like, I and it's not my line. I don't collect it. But if it were Black Series scaled, I mean, there are things that would bug me about it. It doesn't look complete. It doesn't look like a finished project.
Yeah,
right.
Landscaper Luke would do better.
Yeah,
and I don't want to be the guy that's just like I could 3D print it, but like I mean, it's just the fact that like you're looking at it from up above and you're seeing all this like exposed, the ring around the top of the bar. It's not sealed.
The biggest
of the wall, the hollow, or the tops of the booths.
The tops of the booths, like, it just really turned me off because it's like it looks like a 3D printed piece of crap, like from the top. Like it doesn't look displayable that way.
The thing is, if it was 3D printed, at least the opposite side that you're not supposed to look at would just be a flat surface,
Right.
I mean, this looks like some like poorly trimmed like blow mold Christmas decoration thing, It's just
it does. Now that you say that, yeah.
And it's like, I'm just picturing, if you have any kind of lighting around it, you're going to see like all the ribs in the plastic through it, because instead of having it enclosed, it's just diffusing right through the walls. And it's like,
they should have made it light up. They really should have.
There should have. I mean,
for $500, it should freaking light up, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
and have sounds.
It should be enclosed,
Yeah.
Right.
And it just looks cheap, and it's from that shitty original trilogy. And
Christ.
but
I'm just excited for TVC to take a fat L so I can hold that over their heads when they bring up the rank.
A little bit, and
honestly, I'm rooting for it to make it, but if it doesn't, fucking Happy Meal scale couldn't get a HasLab.
You didn't get your Glup Shitto tears. Oh no.
Okay,
oh, no.
But also you got me as a cloner out here being like, the HasLabs that fail are original trilogy. Maybe we should try something else. Maybe we shouldn't do that ATST. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't hate if Hasbro realized that the Vintage Collection is not this infallible HasLab pumping machine. And they've all funded, so obviously it is. But it's like,
it is until it isn't.
How many, are they going to get until we get, a serious attempt at a Black Series one? The Rancor was okay. The marketing on it was terrible. And
that was a marketing failure more than an actual toy failure.
Bro, it was that was bad.
If they would have waited a couple months till after Book of Boba Fett, it would have funded.
Right,
bro.
I would have. It was awful. Nothing was worse than the Reva Saber.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing is are we gonna get? Are we being penalized, or have we been told that 2 Black Series HasLabs failed, so we're not doing? Because I don't consider the helmets and lightsabers Black Series. The same way that I don't consider that game a Risk Monopoly they put out in 2015 as Black.
Yeah. Like the little helmets, the little titanium.
I guarantee they put the Rancor back out exactly how they did. It would fund because people realized that they lost out on that, and now. It was the first Black Series HasLab. People were cautious about it. So I think they try that something again, it funds. I really do.
It's the dumbest thing for collectors to decide to vote with their wallets on. Why would you choose the crowdfunded thing?
Right.
I am also I'll probably back the Cantina just because I've said it before, I just want it for resale. And honestly, for resale, if that thing, only backs 8,000, those Tonica sisters and that Wooher are going to be worth a lot because they're going to be super limited,
Yeah.
And I don't even consider that scalping because it's it's the made to order. So you're funding another one to exist. Yeah. So there's no.
I will say though, I do want to back it also just as a concept for more TVC HasLabs. Because I do really want to see an ATTE or Lat gunship, but that being said, I want more vehicles and not play sets. I don't want diorama pieces. They're okay.
For 6-inch, if you have a 3D printer, you can just print dioramas. Vehicles are a whole another game.
I think that Hasbro could do a good 6-inch diorama though, because 3D printing, you have to not have any print failures, and even you can always tell when something's 3D printed, and I don't mind that. But if Hasbro wanted to give us some sort of diorama with built-in lights and sound effects and stuff, it would look better than most 3D printed things do.
You know what I like about those too, that they think about putting peg holes or pegs for your figures to stand in the display, with the centerpieces and stuff like that.
Right.
It just makes it easier putting figures in a 6-inch diorama like that. That it isn't all awkward with your guy kneeling on a rock or something and he's just falling off constantly or something,
Right. Well, but the big thing too is it's there's set places for each character, and like Lance Peter Luke just did that Millennium Falcon cockpit dio thing, and like it looks amazing. And I've been saying for years like that would be a great hazmat, where it's just this little one-off. I mean, think about all the light-up buttons you could do in the back and stuff. But trying to decide if that's
what you watching, dog.
You say, is that someone watching? Or someone like outside here?
Did everyone have a seizure?
You guys can hear that?
Yeah,
bro's listening to OSHA's inner thoughts in episode 6, dude. Take it off.
So there's the frat down here that I've somehow located them. They do this thing every Tuesday called Happy Tuesdays, where you pay $28 to get into this house for unlimited beer. And I'm watching some of the recap of them, because if you're new there, they call you like a recruit. So basically, they made this dude take his shirt off and then pound like a stein, and I was just like, oh fuck.
No, I was just like, is that outside? Like,
they're outside your house yelling at you to take it off. They're breaking into your home again, hybrid.
Right. Honestly, yeah.
The ghost heard you got those CMD figures on the way. They're coming after you.
They're coming for me.
Yeah.
I'd come for SkywalkerHendrix and all his hot toys, but I know he's strapped and he would clap my ass.
Yeah. Get clapped.
I pull up, he'd be like, bang, bang.
Well, I guess as we hit the 3-hour point, if no one's got anything else wild to share, do we pull the plug?
Ooh, we should watch paint dry for the next hour.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to share is
Zooboy in here.
Yeah.
I just want to share that I'm going on a hunt this weekend to some shops. We'll see what we find.
What? Send some pictures to it, brother?
Yeah. I'll send some pics, make some phone calls. If I see some good stuff,
I just want to share. Hey, Hunter, who asked?
Okay, bye.
Boom, roasted.
Oh! You remove him?
I did not. He removed himself.
You dick.
I need him back. I had a bit.
Did he leave?
He's already asleep.
He's already asleep.
He's supposed to say the Pledge of Allegiance for the 4th, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll sing the national anthem.
Done with you.
We need to squeeze a few more minutes out of you.
Come back. I got a bit for you. Like, for real. Come back. Come back.
Little did you know he's already in bed.
I was going to say he's already asleep.
Just flopped back in his bed.
If he doesn't come back, I'll just sing the Star Spangled Banner.
No, I mean, all right.
Let's go.
All right. Now, Hunter.
What?
All right. There's no one more fitting for this. All right. So, in celebration of the holiday, can I have you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Oh man.
No, we're not doing that.
No. You came back. You have to do it.
Do you want the invite again or not?
What, do you think you don't know the Pledge of Allegiance? You only have 17 versions of it on your playlist. Come on. Let's go.
Bro's driving down the highway in his Hummer.
I'm not trying to get bro copyright stricken by Lee Greenwood right now. So
no. Pledge of Allegiance. Come on.
Say the Pledge of Allegiance.
No.
Here, I got something for the class.
I'm ready. To leave then.
No, I got something for the class, boys. Don't worry, I got us. Here, you got at it, bro.
Hey.
I've seen this.
Suckers, it's all over. Listen, we had a rough couple of months. Fucking Katrina's cousin Maria, the other one, Puerto Rico, Houston, fucking Florida. Listen, it's been tough up to now. The earthquake in Mexico.
Hey.
Joey Diaz, baby. I love him.
Classic.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Hey, have all my British people have fun working tomorrow.
Fuckers.
Have your tea and biscuits after you get off work and go down to local Pride.
Well, at least our schools aren't a shooting gallery.
Have a couple pints and watch Man U lose. Bunch of fucking wankers.
Oh, Manchester. Greatest player on Manchester's getting kicked off the team because he pretended to whack off on the pitch.
On the pitch. Oh god.
Well,
what a made up.
That everyone. This has been episode 2 of Talking Toys with the Boys. Thank you to Hunter, Jacob, Wilbon, Hendrix, and Tommy
for giving you content.
For giving me content.
And those precious watch hours.
We will see you all on August 7th when I get to do my ICCC reveal. So,
yeah, the litigation is coming. The litigation is coming, okay?
Yeah, we're
cease and desist. Cease and desist.
So happy 4th of July. Happy Revenge of the 5th. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Leif Erikson Day. Happy New Year next time. Bye.
Bye.